Brought to you by Make Fun Network.
Welcome to the top 5 of death, where listeners vote, and everyone dies. Listen and die.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Halloween. What am I saying Halloween for? Fuck.
Welcome to this week's Halloween.
Welcome to this week's Halloween. Next week we'll have another Halloween, followed by a third Halloween. I've been botching the openings 2 weeks in a row. I should go to the doctor.
Destiny.
No,
Did you say your name was Matt in the beginning?
No, I didn't say that. I'm your host, Matthew Bistany.
Nice.
No, I had an intro that I wanted to say, but I realized midway while I was saying it, I might be talking at a school, like at a turn, like at a school or whatever, and I don't want to get anyone on the show in trouble. So I had to divert. So now I don't know what to do because I want to talk about it, but I don't want to. I guess I'll just leave it. I'll leave it alone for now. I'll in the background text the appropriate parties to see if it's a common thing. I'll put it this way. I'm going to float this out there, and if the person catches it who needs to answer it will give me the okay. I received a piece of mail, but I'm not sure if everyone received the same piece of mail.
Oh, I probably received a piece of mail, but I'm 2,000 miles away from my house. But
That's
I
fine.
did supply my address to receive said piece of mail.
Well,
That's
did you
fine.
receive a piece of mail?
I don't deal with the fucking mail. That's Rose's job.
Well, let me just was mail in flight to everyone on this call?
Technically, yes. Sam, no. That's not. 'Cause you're
But
not
that's
home, so.
okay. Let me start the show over now. Well, now that all that's been done and everyone's like, who gives a shit what you guys are talking about? All right. I'm your host, Matt. Invited to Charles's wedding, Bistany. Oh. I
I'll
wasn't sure
have
if
to go
everyone.
check the table.
Yeah. Now look at. I hope Will never showed up. And then he goes.
Doesn't have one.
Yeah. No, not that. But your wife just never told you because she deals with the mail. It was like. Yeah.
It's a good Rosa impression.
That's your wife, as far as I'm concerned. She comes in, freaking kicks in a saloon door. That's Rosa. I do like Rosa very much. We should go out to dinner again. I have to save up before we go, though.
Yeah, let me know. I've been
Start saving
spending,
up now.
so.
Yeah, another $675 meal. Anyway, yeah, I'm here. Everyone's here. We were missing Will. We've been kind of thin on on Spookfest this year. I don't think is this the first one where the whole gang's here.
Yes, sir.
It is tough. Life is hard, everybody. But everyone's here. Will, what's new with you? I feel like I haven't seen you or talked to you in like 4 years.
It's been a little while, you're right. But there's only one thing I really want to talk about, and that was my night last night.
Okay.
So Rosa and I went to one of those dueling piano shows.
Yeah.
Kind of the one that travels locally, nothing too high end. And the show was whatever. But I just had a great experience with this one stranger guy who clearly hasn't been out of his house in quite a while.
Nice.
The best way to describe him is the embodiment of Brian Regan's stand-up comedian comedy sets.
Okay.
So we pull in, we get our seats and go up to the bar to get a couple of drinks. And this guy, dressed like Brian Regan, kind of like me right now, just whirls and already talking to us. There's background music playing, and was it Madonna, Girls Just Want to Have Fun? Mm-hmm. This guy turns around and just goes, "You guys thinking what I'm thinking? Weird Al, right? Girls just want to have lunch." Completely unprompted.
That's what I was thinking.
Completely unprompted. I'm like, it didn't matter who was standing behind this guy. It could have been an 85-year-old woman. He was gonna ask them, "You guys thinking about Weird Al right now?" And I was stunned because I did not expect this guy to just sling a B-side track from Weird Al's third album. It was track 8.
Yeah. But I mean, it had a video. It was one of the
Okay.
singles.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. But I didn't. It caught me so off guard, and I'm like,
That's so
damn,
funny.
man, like this guy fucking rules.
Dude, that
And
guy
then
fucks.
so I was just like, yeah, this guy's cool. And then he turns. It's his turn to order drinks, and he goes at it like a boss. He gives the guy warning. He goes, I need 3 drinks.
Okay.
Like the bartender's gonna be stunned. Whoa!
More
He
than
goes,
2?
First drink. Oh, thank you, Ollie. First drink, ginger ale. That one's mine. I'm the DD. Like, okay.
Was
laying
this
it
guy
down.
wearing a leather jacket with an 8-ball on the back?
No, wasn't Putty. He goes, drink number 2. It's for my teenage daughter. She wants a Shirley Temple virgin. And I'm just like,
All right.
wait a second.
No, I've
You don't have
done
to specify that.
I know. I've done that exact thing, and I got fucking roasted. I was like, I have a virgin Shirley Temple, and then everyone looked at me, including the waitress, and I was like, I don't know what you're looking at me for. They're like, well, it's always virgin. I go, okay, well, do some people put alcohol in it? And they were like, if they ask for it specifically, but it's ordered.
But
yeah, I was
that's
like,
out of
all
the
right.
norm. Really, that's like ordering a. Hey, give me a chocolate milk for my baby, but hold the Kahlua.
Yeah, well, don't give the baby Kahlua. I think that's a good parenting tip.
It goes without being said.
Well, maybe
And then-
maybe that place only serves Kahlua-ridden chocolate milk. You don't know.
In bottles.
I'm a betting man.
Yeah, it's one of those like pop-ups, baby pop-up.
Like the Atkinson diaper spa.
Yeah,
but
pop-up
anyway,
baby bar.
That guy just really impressed me. I loved him. He sat very up close to the stage and recorded with his phone the entire 2-hour event. So if you're not familiar with these dueling piano things, you go up and you put tickets in for songs you want to hear, kind of like karaoke. So like I'm in his videos just walking back and forth because he's right in front of the fucking stage. And the reason I talk about this is these are the kind of people that we need to protect.
they're pure Americana.
They are pure American. They are like Ned Flanders. You know, we have to make sure that they survive because without them, we're all just going to kill ourselves.
The world becomes homogenized, and there's nothing to look forward to.
Yeah, he was a unifying force, and
There you go.
the highlight of my week.
How were the piano players?
Pretty terrible.
Oh,
Sounds like a real.
I
Sounds
mean-
like this guy was the highlight of the night.
He was. The show was fun and all, but it was like, it's like one of those local things. They tore around all the Elks Lodges and different places. It wasn't super expensive. It was just a great night out. A lot of, if you like hanging out with middle-aged to old-age white people, Sam,
Go on.
this one's for you. And you've got $25 to spare. You go down. It's half a mile from my house at the Phoenician restaurant.
Oh,
They did a
hold
couple-
on, wait a minute. You didn't say it was at the Phoenician. Did you eat
Yeah,
there?
that's a good restaurant. Yeah,
Oh.
right before.
It is good. It is very good. They got a picture of you know who went there? Metallica. They got a picture of him on the wall.
Really?
Yeah,
I
if you
didn't
go
know
to
that.
if you go to the bathroom in the function hall, you go right past. My cousin got married there not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago, and I went to the bathroom and they had like pictures of like celebrities or whatever, and I was like walking in the men's room, I was like, hold on a second, this pee can wait. Is that Kirk Hammett? And it was the whole thing. I was like, Metallica came to freaking basically Haverhill, Massachusetts, and ate at the Phoenician, and sure as shit they did. I'm like, man, what are the odds? But that is that food is good. Good stuff
Yeah.
there.
Maybe that'll be the next one for us.
Yeah, 100%. I'll go there. I'll drop some. It'd be real hard to spend that kind of money there.
Yeah.
But can I have a whole buffet? Like just the whole buffet. But anyway, yeah. Charles, what's up with you? Smirking with your red sweater on.
all right, sweater. My nice comfortable LL Bean sweater. Ooh,
Oh,
it's
does that have a
fall.
lifetime guarantee?
I better. I don't
Do
know
they-
actually. I think I got it at the outlet, so I don't know if it comes with one.
Do they
'Cause
still
I can't
do that?
afford full price LL Bean.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, that just
Look at
says L Bean on it.
Yeah.
El Bay. What's
Yeah.
new with you? I got your invitation. I'm very excited. It's a while away.
Yeah, you got almost a full year to plan. So
Yeah.
no excuses.
My wife was already
Um,
like, "Well, you just go because who's gonna like stay with the baby?" I was like, "The baby's gonna be almost 2." She's like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "All right, cool."
Yeah. That's why I was like, because we're not. The one thing we're trying to figure out is who's actually going to show up for this because it's all the way up in fucking Maine.
I'm going.
I'm actually hoping most of my aunts and uncles don't come. So
I'm gonna talk. Oh man. I'm gonna get my fucking hands on your family, and I'm gonna just grill the shit out of them.
why? They're gonna be fine.
No, you'll see.
They're all Republicans. They're all 60+ years old.
Oh,
none of
I'll
my
sit with
cousins
them.
are coming.
Can you put me
Yeah.
at their table? I want to sit with the people that I agree with. 60 plus.
None of my cousins are coming because I didn't want to invite half of them because I only like 2 of them. But if you only invite 2 of them, then it becomes a whole thing. So I'm like, none of you are coming. So none of them are coming. No. Yeah. Because I also don't want a 150+ fucking wedding. So
That's fine. You know who understands that? People who have already had a wedding.
yes.
Everyone is just like, no, I get that. But people are like, can you believe this? It's like, are you married? Like, no. Like, have you ever planned a wedding? They're like, no. I'm like, then shut the fuck up. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's a very sane thing to do. And if you want a big wedding, more power to you. I wanted a big wedding. I had it. But I get it.
Oh yeah.
I could be like, well, I don't want a big wedding.
If I had my way, we would probably have upwards of maybe 50 people, if less. But that's not how it's gonna go.
What's the minimum of the place?
I think they can fit 200 people.
Okay, that
But,
sounds like a maximum, but let's go back to the question I asked. What
What
was
do
it?
you
What's like the minimum of the place?
Oh, I don't fucking know. We already paid for it. So.
All right, I don't know. Some places are like you gotta have like a this many people minimum for like food or whatever.
No, so we have the venue. We technically have our catering. We've paid them. Our catering is very nervous. They are not super communicative. She's a one-woman show.
Oh, good.
Runs her own restaurant, runs her own catering business, runs her own real estate business. So
Don't you like know that person personally or something?
kind of. Jess used to swim with her when they were growing up. So, but they're from the hometown. Restaurant's great. They make great food, but we would send an email and then we'd hear back maybe a week to 10 days later. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, we'll see.
Do you want me to
Well,
bring up
we're-
like a platter of wings?
It could come to that because everybody else up in that area is booked apparently.
You let me
So,
know. I'll come.
Yeah.
Fucking
We'll put out a
700 wings.
potluck. Yeah.
I'll bring a nice
So-
stew.
You could travel with the
it's gonna be
stew.
Yeah,
Sloshing around in your car.
You travel with the crock pot.
It's
can
still
prop it up all
sloshing
nice.
around.
Kept it warm in the back, seat buckle it in. It's fine.
Yeah. How bumpy do you think these roads are? We are
You see
going to
who's
Maine.
getting married? It's on top of a mountain. We got horse and carriages up there.
Oh yeah.
But no, I was very excited. I did not think I'd be invited, which was totally fine, and I did. It was a nice, pleasant surprise. I was like, oh hell yeah! And also,
Yeah.
I've never met you in person.
I know.
I was showing like,
Hopefully I'll have-
this is my wife. Where's the food?
Hopefully I'll have moved up there at that point. So
You'll only
that's
be
the
up
plan.
in this. Yeah, but you're still like living. It's like a little bit closer than you are now.
Yeah. 2 hours away probably. Up in
No,
Maine
that's not
somewhere.
too bad.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
So
That's cool though.
yeah. Yeah, we made adjustments to the list because we had a bunch of people on the list and we're like, it's just all fucking family. We don't even have a lot of friends here. So I was like, I'm gonna send all these invites out, and I was like, oh yeah, even though I haven't met y'all, I spend upwards of 2 to 3 hours with y'all every week. So this is
Every
these
week?
are
I know,
adult friends, guys.
I talk to you guys more than most other people. So, I'll put it this way: I talk to you guys way more than I talk to Justin, and I consider Justin one of my best friends. So
Yeah, that's how it is with one of my friends. I talk to him off and on throughout the days, but it is not a held conversation.
every time Justin calls me, I assume something terrible has happened, and he's breaking some news to me. That's the. It's like, oh, so and so died in a car crash. I was like, Jesus, that's terrible. That's cool though. What else? Anything else, Charles? Check in here.
I don't think so.
Nice.
My life's not very interesting. I had a job interview this week. It went okay. So there we go. I was told I was the last interviewee. So I was like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Good
all
to know.
right, cool. Well, should be like, what did they all say?
I don't know. It felt like it was the most rushed interview I've gone through. It was like 30 minutes. They like gave me some basic information up front, like I already knew the job. I didn't. I didn't. This was a recruiter sent me this job.
What is like an interview for a job like yours entail?
Not much, because this is it's a senior video editor position. So it's like you've already done this, right? You know what you're applying for. You've done the job. They asked me about like working for ACC, and first interview since then, so I danced around like not being like, yeah, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they're like, do you have any after like 10 minutes they're like, got any questions for us? I was like, oh yeah, I actually did have them written down, but I wasn't prepared to go to them. So but yeah,
Wild.
we'll see.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
Sam.
I mean,
Oh,
I was
go
gonna
ahead.
say, Charles, let me know if you need a reference. I'll write you a goddamn reference.
Let me know if you need someone to call you out of work. Anybody needs him to like get called out of work, DM me. I'll call. I'll do
Yeah.
it. Like, listen, he's got to go. Listen, his sister fell. I know you didn't know he had a sister, but he does. This is also other news I need to tell him, so he needs to leave. Like, I tell him he has a sister and she fell.
And if you need a fake reference, use my number. I'm pretty good at schmoozing people around. I could talk about a lot of different things very minimally.
Yeah. And if you need a menacing threat, or if you need a menacing threat, call me. Have me do it. Or if you need someone to like talk to your kids as Santa Claus, I've done that 2 other times, and I will happily do it again.
damn.
That's on Cameo.
Yeah,
Hello.
I'm on cameo. It's more of like a service-based cameo for different things.
Yeah, I'm in a house, which is crazy.
Ooh, big boy.
I'm a big boy house. I can do this with my arms and not touch both walls.
Oh, I was
yes.
showing off.
So listen, we need to do more visual gags so that people will get driven to the YouTube. So if you want to see stuff like this,
There you
right?
go.
You can't listen to that.
There you go. Uh oh, I did the wrong sign. It's gonna get us flagged.
Yeah. Good luck listening to that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this is funny. This is top-notch funny stuff over here on the YouTube.
For those who are only listening, we're doing funny hand gestures. I'm doing one where I'm poking my finger through a hole, and I accidentally made the OK sign, which we all know now is a dog whistle for white supremacy. So, well, listen, if they're gonna contribute to the Patreon, then I welcome them as well.
I learned something today. But,
What about the OK
yeah,
sign?
Yes,
You didn't know that?
I was not aware of that.
Oh yeah, and it got. I'll put it this way: it was just like some stupid thing that kind of got taken like way out of control, as things normally do. But the most interesting one to me is I thought you would have known about this is a minion at Universal Studios got fired for making that sign while being a minion.
What?
Yeah, Google it. It's crazy. He's just like taking like a photo with this kid and like he was like doing the OK sign or something. And he wasn't even like really doing it, or like he just had his hands in that position, and like the internet caught wind and just like accused him of being like a white supremacist, and he got fired.
How can he be a white
minion.
supremacist? He's yellow.
I know he likes bananas.
So, so I'm gonna stay away from OK signs. I'm gonna stick with strictly finger guns.
There you go.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
it was Gru.
Oh, Gru did it?
It was gross.
Which, by the way,
I thought it was a
there's
minion.
there's people dressed up as minions, and then there's one person dressed up as Gru. Gru is more horrifying than like seeing the minion.
Oh yeah,
But he has like the OK symbol, but it's like right on their shoulder.
yeah, and like I don't know, it was so silly.
Speaking of horrifying, and Charles and I are gonna fucking hang out this week,
Yeah.
What?
and we're gonna go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Whoa.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to go.
Yeah, right.
Don't worry about it. That's fine.
Listen, it's still flights are cheap. Come on down. We're going Wednesday, and
Hell, it's popped.
it's gonna be dope. Well, you're invited.
No,
I'm not coming.
no, Will can't. Oh, Will, are you coming with me to D or tomorrow?
Wait, what?
You said you were gonna come with me to the Word on a Monday. You said I was talking about I don't have anyone to go with, and you're like, I'll go.
Yeah, sure. What time? Where?
In Boston. I don't know. I'll
Like
figure it
6
out.
o'clock?
I fucking hope so. I'm probably also definitely not gonna go. But no, I want to. I should go. I bought the tickets. I should go.
I
Yeah,
will.
listen,
I
so
will
as
go.
as this episode comes out, if you want to meet Matt Bistany and
You wanna
Will
go see-
Valentine in person,
We'll be
just
at the
hang out.
the MGM tomorrow.
Nice.
Music hall. Yeah, MGM Music Hall.
But yeah, dude, I'm pumped for Horror Nights. Gonna be cool to. I'm gonna show Charles around the villages as well. I'm gonna
On the
get him
golf
his own
carts?
loofah. We're gonna
Yay.
we got our own golf cart. I'm gonna get him his own loofah.
You know what you should do?
the
Make him run while you're on the golf cart.
I do
That
have
would-
to go for a run.
I mean, that would
No,
work
you
out
don't
fine.
have to.
I do.
You gotta use it or you lose it.
Yeah.
Lose what?
His
Time?
legs? I don't know.
I wish somehow we found out Charles accidentally entered into some deal with someone where if he doesn't run, he gets his legs lopped off.
So you like running, do you, Charles?
You want to run faster than anyone else? I have a deal for you. All you have to do is sign right here. And if you don't run, I'll take these legs for myself. You look down, it's just like an imp in a wheelchair.
Aw, you could use them.
I contracted polio as a child. I didn't take the vaccine. It wasn't available to me as an imp.
It's racism towards imps.
So we're
Well, I mean, we didn't know polio affected imps until that happened.
Yeah. Listen, science. Other than
Science is
that,
right.
other than that, I've been catching up on all the horror movies that I haven't been watching while on the road. So I want to read off a quick list of horror movies that I have checked out or will be checking out, and I want to see if you guys can add anything to it for me, or if fun buds out there have any good recommendations. So far, I've watched the new Salem's Lot,
Gay.
Quiet Place Day 1,
Gay.
The Platform 2, and
Wait.
Smile 2.
oh, there's a new platform.
Okay, so the Platform 2, not good. I'm sorry.
I didn't think it would be.
I really like the Platform 1. This one tries to be way too many things, and it doesn't succeed at being anything. Quiet Place Day 1 was enjoyable, and Salem's Lot, while not scary, was a very well-made, classic sort of horror movie. Smile 2, I saw in the theater last night, and I really liked it.
I didn't see
Kaylee-
Smile 1
When did Smile 1 come out? I didn't even.
like a week ago.
What the, it was like 2 years ago.
No.
Smile 1 is fantastic. Smile 2, I really, really like. Kaylee did not like it for whatever reason, but
She hates
I thought it
smiles.
was. She just hates smiles. But other than that, on my list, I've got Maxine. I know this from last year, but Thanksgiving. I saw the TV Glow, Alien Romulus, Long Legs, Late Night with the Devil, Abigail, and Terrifier 3.
I want to see Late Night with the Devil as well.
Yeah.
I should start watching horror movies. I won't, but I should.
Fuck yeah. That's my list for right now. So, yeah, if anyone's seen those movies, I got more recommendations, I can toss them on the old Discord. Discord.net/top5ofdeath at YouTube. I don't know how to get there. How do you get there?
Top5ofdeath.com. Join the Discord.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
I also have a list of horror movies to watch. Let me see. I'll just rattle them off for you. It's the Shaft. It's kind of like The Craft. The Human Sexipede. This Ain't the Ghostbusters. Scream XXX. The XX Exorcist, which I think I might check out. Dracula Sucks. Official Friday 13th, the porn parody. Left for Head. That sounds like a good one.
Ooh.
This Ain't the Munsters. The Sex Files, like the X Files. The Repenetrator, Reanimator. This one's just called The Walking Dead. I don't know if that's on purpose. A Wet Dream on Elm Street. I like that one. Ooh, and to finish it out on Halloween night, we'll all be collectively watching the Texas Vibrator Massacre.
Don't forget the last blouse on the left.
Yeah. Ooh, there you go.
Yep, and the anal ring.
Ooh, it's just brown. Just shit everywhere.
It wasn't as good as the anal ringu, the Japanese version.
Oh, Ringu. That's cool. Good. Nice to see. Nice to hear all about that, Sammy boy. Let's see.
It's getting in the spooky season.
Get
In the
flumped.
spooky season. All right, we got 5 minutes on our check-in. Nothing too much for me. I say this every week. Not much in the Super Bowl for Matt's life. I mean, it is October. I would think more crazy stuff would have happened, but maybe they blew all their loads super early, and now we're just kind of like coasting into the election, which at this point is kind of whatever. But I'm still holding out hope for at least one, maybe two more like holy shit moments. But I don't know. And so, like, when you teach, like, comedy, right? You teach, like, improv comedy or whatever. This is just, like, a general rule for comedy. But there's a whole thing about heightening, right? It's like, oh, you do this, and you heighten, and you heighten, and you heighten. And the thing that you teach in improv class is how to, like, heighten gradually in a way that it does elevate but doesn't go from, like, 0 to, like, God, right? But we've already had 2 assassination attempts, so I feel like what more? The only thing that I can think of that would be like, I guess, the next level of that is like some straight up confirmed release of like all the Epstein logs, and like it just implicates a fuck ton of everybody everywhere and just throws the whole thing in the chaos. That is like the only thing I can think of on the top of my head where it's like, oh, what could be more insane than like in two assassination attempts? Technically 4 plots, but 2 attempts. And that's the only thing I can think of. But I don't know. It's just kind of like coasting. They're all doing like podcasts, which is like interesting.
Didn't Trump take Undertaker's podcast?
Yeah, he just did
Yep.
Undertaker's podcast. He just did. I only listened to his Patrick Bet David podcast because basically I feel like that was like one of the only ones where it's like I listened to Patrick Bet David on like political stuff anyway, and that was the only one I was interested to hear him on. I didn't want to like listen to him on like Logan Paul. I should check him out on Schultz. I bet that one's actually pretty. I heard that was actually pretty funny and pretty fun. But I don't know. That's the only one I listened to. But it's pretty wild.
The episode's not out for Undertaker's podcast, so either they just did a thing, but I'm like,
I saw
Listen,
a promo for it this
we all
morning
know
with
where the Undertaker leaned. Like, it's whatever, but I'm like, man, that's a dumb way to alienate a brand new podcast. But
Oh man,
whatever.
You think
we all
alienating,
know.
but
If anybody
it's
out
the
there is
majority of
surprised,
people,
like,
man.
If
Even-
anybody's out there
even-
surprised, like the Undertaker supports Trump, no shit.
Of course he does.
Half
Undertaker-
the wrestling
this
world,
big
probably.
Texan?
Most of the wrestlers do. So
I mean,
yeah, there was a promo reel I saw this morning with the Undertaker, Donald Trump, and Kane, and it's like,
Yeah.
what you gonna do? You gonna vote for Kamala, Batista, and fucking Waltz? Or you gonna ride with the Taker and Kane and Donald Trump?
I mean that's an easy choice.
Yeah, I'm
Go
voting
with
Batista.
the brothers of destruction. Yeah, you can go with Batista, and then you can live in your Portland nightmare forever. I mean,
You know what? Although I'm not going to vote for Trump, but I will defend him on one thing. He's been getting a lot of flack recently for like being tired and like falling asleep and stuff.
he's everywhere all
Dude,
the time.
check the fucking schedule this guy's got to be on. It's insane, and he's what 87 years old. Like it's
Yeah.
it's so much to do that much traveling over such a short period of time and expect to be like on and in public for so long that like yeah, I would fucking fall asleep too. Like that's
Falling asleep right now.
I'm falling asleep right now, and
All
I
I do is
got
wake
8
up
hours
for-
of sleep.
Wake up for a delivery of 2 dryers.
Right. Exactly. It's a little insidery, but yes, my Kaylee's mom did get 2 dryers delivered this morning instead of a washer dryer combo. So
Oh, did we not talk about that on the show?
I don't think so. It was before the show.
The world's just
Um,
coming together. But
But yeah.
Yeah.
But Trump, you don't have my vote you do have my sympathy. Get some rest.
Are you voting for Kamala? Or are you just not voting?
Yeah, if you're gonna if you're gonna push the info out of me, then yes, I am going to vote for Kamala.
Can I ask
So
why?
I will take your vote, and I will
vote
cross
counts
it
as two.
out.
My vote counts as 2. I write it in pen on the ballot. I go, mine counts as 2. See if that gets me any traction. Why are you voting Kamala? Is there like one thing in particular about her policy, or you just don't want to vote for Trump? Or let me rephrase that.
It can be
Is there
three
something?
things.
Is there, all right, let me give you a litany of reasons, and then you tell me how many of them there are. No, is there something policy wise or something that she?
So
Yeah, I'm
so
just curious.
For her specific policy, like she seems really passionate about like a woman's right to choose, and I think that the fact that
I see.
I think that the fact that is not like a nationwide, sort of thing right now, or that was repealed is kind of crazy. So that's something that I can definitely get behind.
All right, I'm going
And that's
to.
good stuff.
I do, but I'm trying to be friendly. So I mean the obvious argument to that is like the federal. I mean, do you not think it should be a state's issue?
I don't think anything should be a state's issue. I think
Really?
the fact
So
that
you're like full authoritarianism, like
I
federal
think that
pro.
I think that like, this is legal in this state, but if I walk 25 feet over here and I cross an imaginary line, it's legal over here. Like, that shit is crazy to me. And not just with stuff like abortion, but literally with anything. It's like, there's not really a reason that this should be different here than over there, if we're a country.
That's wild to me. Do I sound like shit?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yep. You're pooping
How
out.
does that happen?
No, I
My
think.
green feed?
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. We'll be right back, everybody. And we're back. The deep state can't stop me, baby. Yeah. So Sam was talking about how he is pro authoritarianism from the federal government to have control over all states. So I understand your logic of like not understanding why it makes sense to like it's legal here but illegal there. But that's federalism, baby. Because I know so my argument to that would be I know that doesn't make I know your logic makes sense from like a state, like a bordering state to a bordering state, but when you get from like the differences between like Alabama and like New York, they're pretty stark, and like I just don't think I don't think like a one rule for all makes any sense in that way, shape, or form. So I understand what you're saying. I can understand the logic, but I would prefer that states have some autonomy to govern their own citizenry. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are two wildly different places. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like,
I mean,
if it was like a law, right, where it's just like it's legal in New York, but it's not legal in, Connecticut, and then like it's legal in Connecticut, but not legal in like Maryland, and like just going down the thing, like it just kind of like the differences of like how much sense it makes just like grows the further like two states are applied differently, but.
Because it could be something weird, like you're allowed to have 40 cows on 2 acres of land, but then like you're in New York and you have 40 cows on 2 acres of land, and people are like, "What are you doing?"
Like the cows are ruining everything. They're not cows. They're bulls.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not like really super embroiled into all the political stuff, but
That's why I'm so interested. So you're like
Yeah.
a single issue voter, would you say?
I mean that's the one that I'm like currently the most passionate about, as far as like I don't understand why this isn't fixed, and then also
What a hot button one too.
I mean, yeah, obviously, like it's been a hot button issue since what, the 50s, something
Yeah.
like that. And so yeah, there's that. Also, Tim Waltz has a rescue pit bull,
Oh,
and that's and that's and I
Good
mean,
enough.
like, not for nothing. That's enough right there for me. And then yeah, Batista. See what he's gonna be, Secretary of State.
It's gonna be Secretary
you-
of.
Can't believe you'd let someone shorter than me influence you.
That's wild. Yeah, the abortion thing is. I mean, that is. So here's my thing about it. Right, Democrats have been in control 12 of the last 16 years. They've had some full majorities for a long time. The obvious thing here is that if it really meant something to them, they would codify it and they would do the things necessary to make it federally legal. But they need it as a wedge issue for elections like these, so they never do. And then when it comes up, they go, pull out the old classic, and they just friggin' force it down people's throats, and they go, yeah, I'm fighting for this. It's like, yo, you've had so many chances to, like, win this whole thing. But that's politics. They all do it. They all do it. That's how they manipulate the people.
This
Yeah.
is my,
And then-
whenever we do government gripes, this is one of my major ones.
It's when you look at it from that part of the onion, you go, yeah, why don't they just do it when they have the chance? And that's what they ran on, and that's why I voted for them. And then they just don't do it. It's because of this. It's because when they have a contested issue, they can use it as a wedge issue and be like, I'll do this. Guess what? They're not gonna do it. It ain't happening. It's just not gonna matter. And also, they can't do it. They can't because the Supreme Court already ruled on it. They would have to effectively fuck with that in order to make any change that they're claiming they're going to make. They can't
they'd
do
have
it.
to amend they'd have to amend it to the Constitution.
Right, and and I'll put it this way: they've again had the people to do it in the past. Other parties too, for like whatever the hell they're running on. Like Republicans have had supermajorities in the past, and they just don't do it. It's so
It's bullshit.
shitty. Yeah, it's so like
It's
manipulative.
the two-party system's been playing us for years, and it's all, like Matt said, it's for jokes. This is
Yeah.
like one of the things I've been sitting on for
The
for
someone has like a good way, but basically it's like the index card of acceptable opinions is like the analogy to it is all the two-party system is all the opinions they're allowed to argue about are all you can fit on one index card. Anything that goes outside of the index card will get shut down. And those are like the real change issues that would like actually have effect on like people's lives in like one way, shape, or form. But yeah, it's all fake. It's all that stuff. But yeah, so I mean, more power to you, Sam. And maybe I hope you get your overlords that you would. I hope Kang and Kodos come down. and
Listen,
they
we're only
exchange protein strands through holding hands.
yeah, abortions for all. Boo! All right,
Abortions for no one.
for none. Boo!
Boo!
That is
All right.
such a
Abortions
go
for
ahead,
some, miniature American flags for others. Yay!
Yay!
man. Talk about nailing that whole fucking thing, man. Sometimes TV is people like that. Whoever was that, Conan O'Brien's era.
Yeah, after him, but only by like a year or two.
So good. That's so
Yep.
good. Yeah, well, it's your right as an American. Unless I think you're American.
Yeah.
You know what? I haven't checked your
Um,
citizen status lately.
Listen, we're only a couple weeks away, which is fucking incredible because it's the last thing that I want to ever hear about again is anything to do with this election.
Yeah, not me. Now I can see what well, so this is the thing, right? So right now we're in the movie of the election, right? And then they're already filming the follow-up to the election, which is it's called contested results, because no matter who wins, it's going to be a huge thing about contested results. And that's the second movie. And I hear it's going to be a banger. So we'll see how that... Here's my thing with contested results. This is what they should have did in 2020. Adjudicate all of them. Do it. Go through the process for every single one. Put it to bed. No more like, oh, we didn't even see the evidence on this because like you don't have standing, but you can't have standing until after the election. And it's just like, no, just if people have questions, let's respect everyone's questions and let's answer the questions and let's like give them like the proof or whatever. I think it won't get rid of the insanity totally, but I think it would turn down the temperature quite a bit. But whatever happens.
Maybe we can do an episode next month that's top 5 new ways to do voting for the next election.
Oh,
like
yeah.
a
New
like a shout-o-meter.
Oh my god! They just have someone in a balloon with like one microphone over the whole country,
Yep.
and they're like, "Make some noise for Donald Trump." You just the whole country. Yeah. That's so funny. The big old shout-o-meter. You know what? We should do that after the election. It was like top 5 ways the election should have been held.
There you go.
Sweet. Oh, now my numbers are all fucked up because I had to restart the recording. Fucking Riverside. And also just me for some reason. What are you doing this week? Oh, who won?
You.
You won, and then also Will won the week before.
Oh.
All right. Will, do you have your death?
Nope, not with that. Oh, we just
All
heard.
right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to pass deaths
All right.
back and forth a line at a time. Okay? So
All right.
we'll only kill the other two. All right? So
Right.
this is me and Will's joint deaths. And so we're going to satisfy 2 things at the same time. Will, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I will start.
All right, go ahead. Just point to me when you want me to pick it up, and then I'll point to you to send it back.
Sam and Charles were at the local water park for the Halloween festival.
And Charles looked at Sam and said, "Man, your bulge is huge." You go.
And Sam said, "You can measure with your eyes, not your hand."
Am I supposed to pick it up? You got to give me the point, man.
Yeah, sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
okay. And it goes, "Oh, sorry. I'm blind and I've never told anyone that. Now you know my secret."
Your secret's safe with me. By the way, that's Gore-Tex. Nice, huh?
Gore-Tex? I barely know her. Anyway, is this water slide scary?
Typically, I don't go down these spooky ones, but in the spirit of Halloween, and because this is our annual bro vacation up in Portland, Maine, I couldn't help but hold your hand as we descend this slippery slope.
They approached the water slide holding hands. The attendant said, "No, that's not how you go down. Let me position you correctly." They then assumed a 69 position as they were prepared to go down the slide.
As they looped and swooped amongst the twirls and spins of the water slide, they realized, wait a second, water parks are closed this time of year up in Portland. They begin gathering friction as their skin abraded from their body.
As they went down, they said, "Quick, suck my dick." That's where I'm at. Go ahead. You take it, Will, from there.
And you, mine.
Charles then said, to which Sam replied with,
Is this good enough?
Charles said, "Yeah, I'm dry." Now they hit the bottom of the slide, their skin just all torn up from the waterless water slide. And when they got out of there, their backs were bleeding, and they looked up and they realized the water park was actually a
Haunted water park. Haunted
Nice.
by the ghosts of all the babies that Sam voted to have killed. Some even after birth.
Do I have it now?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Please.
And Sam said, "I don't care. It's still my right." And he voted that way. Just then, planes flew overhead, and they started to drop bombs from all the bad foreign diplomacy from the wars that will surely be started by this current administration who is so war hungry. And then Charles said, "Oh shit, the bombs are finally falling." And Sam said, "I know. This is what I wanted all along." Go ahead.
Charles, not willing to let Sam die in peril, picked him up with a fireman's carry and started running.
Oh, as he was running, they passed by a wheelchair with an imp inside that said,
No, stop using those legs. I need those.
and then Charles said, "No, use them or lose them. That was the deal." And he kept running off. So now they're running, and Charles still has Sam's and a fireman carry, and Sam has never felt more safe than now. And Sam whispers to Charles,
Are we on the way to the wedding? I can't wait. And Charles continued to run all the way to the altar as his legs were deteriorating from his broken promise to the imp.
as they got to the altar, they were met by hundreds of hungry guests who were not fed because the caterer never showed up, and an email was never responded to, and they just ghosted them. Now they had to deal with the ravenous mob of well, not hundreds, 50 or so angry, hungry people.
And the spookiest part of the entire event was all of Charles' white relatives dancing on the dance floor.
And then Charles's relatives looked at Sam and said, "We know who that guy voted for," and they started to tear into him bit by bit, as ravenous Republicans typically do.
But Charles' dad came to Sam's defense. As a big hater of Trump, he saw the little lamb in need. And he picked Sam up, also in a fireman's carry, and ran faster than Charles away from the wedding, where they would decide to wed themselves in Las Vegas.
Charles, left to deal with the mob, said, "You know what? Just eat me." And then he just put his arms out and sacrificed himself to his own wedding guest, to which they took bites, and everyone said 6 out of 10.
And at the reception of Sam and Mr. McDonald's wedding, they invited in some very cheap champagne, and they both got very drunk, hung out on the strip of Las Vegas, when they were attacked by a wild pack of pit bulls, because they are not to be trusted as animals.
Jesus Christ.
And this is a clear example of how Matt and Will have been friends for so long, and how mean they can actually be to people who are their friends. And that's how you died.
Wow.
Man. You know, this is like that episode of when I told Better Matt that he was a hypocrite for driving his Tesla past all the homeless people that he claims to care about. Then he never talked to me again.
It's not
So
like that.
I expect to not hear from either of you after this.
Nah, it's fine.
I'll be back.
Oh, well, hey, he said that too. It's like, oh,
I am pro Pitbull. Don't get it
know.
twisted, Sam. I'm pro Pitbull.
I know. You say
It's
it in
all-
love.
It's all in fun. Except for the part about you marrying Charles's dad. That one I definitely am fully expecting to happen.
He is a
Yep.
single man.
That is the
I'll
October
be-
surprise I'm waiting for.
I'll be the new Mr. F. McDonald Sr.
I want you to give away Sam at the wedding. And do the mother son dance with Sam.
Yep. That's how it works.
Yep. Well, now that here's the thing. We were talking about, like, we have these reels now because Charles has been absolutely crushing it with that stuff, and like we're like talking about promoting the reels. Someone's gonna get these reels, and be like, "Oh, that show seems pretty funny." Listen to it, and this is gonna be like their first episode, and they're gonna be like, they're either gonna be like, "Fuck yeah," or "Not for me."
Well, I mean,
Which I guess is exactly what we want, right? We don't want any fair weather people unless they're gonna give us money.
we're on TikTok now as well, and we're gonna alienate a whole bunch of like teenagers. So
Good. Fuck them. What do they do? Nothing.
No.
A bunch of nothing.
Can't even rent a car.
I know.
Yeah.
Can't rent a car. I mean, depending what state you're in, you can't marry them. What the fuck? Talk about.
We're gonna end up with
No, go
a
ahead.
bunch of Filipinos in the Discord speaking a different language, just taking over the general population.
Yeah, because Kevin Weaver single-handedly is making us big in the Philippines. Every time he goes over there to visit his, is his fiance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, you
Am
know,
I
we
the
don't
only
talk
one that
enough
doesn't
about
know the inner workings of Kevin Weaver?
that. He's a top 5 death staple.
Yeah.
Him, Dave Howard. We don't even know if he listens to the show anymore. I think he does.
He's around.
he pops into the Discord once a week, catches
popped
up
in
on all the channels, and then disappears.
That's how I do
Nice.
It's the way to do it.
it. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into some Halloween shenanigans. So we're doing top 5 things we're afraid of. I have a problem.
You're scared
I'm
of
not
nothing.
No, I'm not scared of any. So that's not true. But anything that I am afraid of are like they're not fun things to talk about.
This was my struggle making this list, and I purposely stayed away from things that were like too much of a downer.
Yeah,
But
it's like all my stuff are basically revolve around like my family and like their well-being, and it's like that's obvious. But I'm not like afraid of like ghosts. So my wife is afraid of a lot of stuff, so she gave me a list of everything she's afraid of. So I'm just gonna steal hers.
nice.
Because I just, So these are like way better answers than I would give because I'm not. I don't.
Like, my number 5 is debilitating menstrual cramps.
Which are terrifying. Yeah. So my list is just gonna be my wife's because I really. I don't know. I just don't have anything. I don't have anything. This is a tough list for me. Charles, Will, how's your list? Are you guys like afraid of stuff? Little baby boys?
Yeah, I'm scared of
Not
stuff.
really, but that's why I made the joke. I made the joke pre-episode about my number 1 was going to be anything happening to Matt Bistany's kids.
It's a
'Cause I
good
figured
one.
that's his obvious number 1, so I was
What-
trying to
that's
steal
a-
his thunder.
Oh my god. All right. Well, let's kind of do the show, I guess. You know what? I'll go first. I'll go first. All right. So this is technically my wife's list. She's afraid of everything. So her number 5 is anytime Matt walks into a room and doesn't announce himself first. This is true. Not because it will scare the shit out of me, but because I fear one day I'm just going to involuntarily smack him out of sheer panic. It is so hard to live in this house as me, with someone who is afraid of anything. The things I do to like, again, just like traverse my own house is like, I'll know that she's like working or something, but she's not paying attention to her surroundings. So like, I'll like walk around and just be like, oh, hey, like it's like being like as loud as I can, just clap my hands so that she knows that I'm coming or like I'm on my way. I'm gonna go get a snack. I'm gonna walk past her. But like even last night, oh my god, I forgot to even mention this. I did I DJ'd a wedding yesterday. I met this guy who was like the bus driver for the wedding party or whatever. Dude has 14 kids.
Oh.
All with the same woman.
Yo.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a trip. He was this really cool guy. I got his email.
14 kid. Holy shit.
Yeah, all the same women. He has a 2-month-old and he has a 24-year-old. That's like the span of ages. His 24-year-old has 4 kids already. 2 of
my
his oldest
God.
daughters are expecting. It was in Brookfield, Mass, which is a place I've never heard of, and I drove to. It was like it's like a page at a time. It's really beautiful, but it was wild. The place that the wedding was into was insane, and I met this guy, and he was super cool. And he has 14 kids, and I was like, holy crap! I asked him so many questions, and it was just because he's from the area, and like the things he was talking about, I was like, I'm waiting for you just to be like, and then once a year, all the townspeople put on, animal masks and black robes and sacrifice someone for the harvest. That's like the feel of the place. But anyway, yeah, I can't. So I came home from the wedding. That's what I was gonna do. I came home from the wedding at like, it ended super early, as like the wedding in that area probably would. So I got home relatively early, and when I got home, like I started to kind of meander downstairs. Everyone was in bed. And I put on the Nanit cam for Wednesday just to make sure she was all right. And she started to like stir or whatever. She woke up and she started crying. So like I ran up to go deal with her, but my wife didn't know that I was home, and she was already asleep. So half asleep, she opened the bedroom door as I was walking into the other bedroom, and she was just like, I was like, I'm here. I'm home. I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is I'm here. I don't know, but like that's all the time. That's all the time. And sometimes I'll do my hit your and she still doesn't notice. And then she'll freak out and get mad at me. I'm like, no. I don't know what more. What do you want me? Do you want me to call you on the phone and let you know from upstairs? Like, hey, in the next 5 minutes or so, I'm gonna like go get a drink. I don't know what to do here, but man, it is brutal. So that's her number
Gotta
5.
put a bell on you.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. I have to. I don't know. I gotta like do something. I gotta just put like a series of like those rounded mirrors in the corners of all my houses, so she like can see everything at all times.
How about the chimes you get at a gas station when you enter? The ding dong.
Yeah, just every step I take. I'll put the sensors on my ankles, and every time they break, it goes off. But yeah, that's my wife's number 5 is anytime anyone, me, I guess in particular, walks into a room. It also doesn't help them when she does like go. Doesn't like that.
You're doing a backwards crab walk down the stairs.
Yeah, and it plays that thing on the piano as you do it.
Like, I was just going to get a grilled cheese.
Oh my god. Hey, has anyone seen those toaster bags to make grilled cheeses in your toaster?
No, I've never heard of
Alright.
this.
It's like a bag that you're supposed to be able to put like, your bread and cheese in, and then you just drop it in like your push down toaster. It's supposed to like handle all that. And I was like, you know what? It kind of makes sense. Because I guess the only real thing that you'd be concerned about is like the cheese melting into the toaster, but the bag catches it. Cheese bag, bringing it back. Anyway, who's next?
I'll go. Since I'm actually scared of things,
I
apparently.
know. I didn't realize you were such a little bitch. You're gonna go to Halloween Horror Nights. You're gonna be a little bitch.
Yeah.
Evil Mickey.
Oh, Will. Universal Studios does not have Mickey Mouse.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Evil white supremacist Gru. All right, that's what we're gonna have to be scared of.
Yeah.
They bring that guy back. They're like, listen, I know we fired you, but that's exactly what we want.
Yeah. My number 5 is very specific. It's I'm scared of like spindly leg spiders. Like, so there's different types of spiders out there. There's spiders with like big furry legs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. No, I'm scared of the ones that have like the really sharp looking legs.
Why is everything so leg-centric with you?
I don't like it.
Everything in your world revolves around legs.
Yeah, well,
You got long legs.
when you make a deal with an imp,
That's true. That's all you can think about is legs.
you got to use them. All right, it's not just running. You gotta make the most of your legs.
So, how many spindly legs? Blah, blah. Spindly leg spiders are there, other than like a daddy long legs?
I think it's more like same with like black widows. Like they have those like weird
Oh, like the
sharp looking legs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't like them. It bothers the shit out of me. It creeps me out because I can catch spiders. Like we have wolf spiders and stuff that like show up here. Whatever. Like brown recluse, perfectly fine. But like,
The actual dangerous ones?
Don't.
yeah,
The ones that'll put a hole in your
I
skin?
catch them in a mason jar. I look at them and go, "All right, you're going outside." And I just toss them outside.
But if it was a
But,
daddy long legs, you'd freak out.
No, I don't. Daddy long legs or whatever. It's those sharp looking fucking legs, man. I don't like them.
Oh, okay. What
it
other
bothers
spiders
me.
had that? So there's the black widow. There's a white widow.
Like
The
half the
Filipino
ones, the ones that are in like foreign countries that I'm probably never gonna visit, like Indonesia. Like,
Why, they don't have a
Stuff like
national
that.
park?
no, that too. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I got other states to visit first before that.
Yeah, you're also like a pretty like outdoorsy, naturey kind of guy. Do you like come across those a lot? Man, my eyes are so fucking uneven. I'm like a hideous fucking Picasso painting. Jesus. Anyway, go on.
No, I've never, I've never come across them like that often out in the woods.
More visual
actual
gags
face.
here at youtube.com.
It's my actual face.
YouTube.com/@topofthedeath.
What? Does it
No,
look
I've
like my
never-
skull is shitting out 2 eyeballs with its dual assholes?
Yeah,
Be careful, your face will get stuck like that.
yeah.
Thought I just lost a
Yeah, I've
contact.
never come across them in like out in the wild. But like to come across shit like that, you have to actively go searching for it. Even when I was in Australia, you have to like actively go searching for like a golden orb-weaved spider, which is
Ugh.
wildly dangerous. By the way, these fuckers are so dangerous. They can survive underwater. What happened?
Forever?
not forever, but like you can't like most spiders you can put them in the water and they'll drown. These ones can like last a little bit and then come up and go, I'm still here, motherfucker. Like they're they're like a villain in a horror movie. But
Yeah, no thanks.
yeah. Yeah, no. So
Okay.
spiders. Spindly
Nice.
like spiders, yeah. All the other spiders I can handle, but like even the big ones in Australia, the huntsmen, which are like they're the ones that
Snow
are like,
White.
you know, face size, look like
Yeah,
Chris
face-
Hemsworth, you know.
Face huggers.
Yeah. I can
All
deal
right.
with those guys. Yeah.
Will, Sam, which one are you? Which one's you?
I'll go up.
All right, Will, let's
I'll
hear
go
it.
next. So far, I think Charles' list is going to match. I did ask Rosa, and that was her first pick too. So let's see.
She was like, I don't like
See how many you guys
spiders!
match on. My number 5, and I'll give you guys a little chance at a guess here. My number 5 is Switchblade Sam.
Are these like an urban legend things?
Nope.
Switchblade Sam.
Should I look this up?
Well,
Isn't
no,
he an
I can
adult
tell you
film
who
star?
it is. No. So Switchblade Sam is from the 1993 live-action Dennis the Menace, played by Christopher Lloyd.
Oh my god, this
Oh
is
my God.
Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah. So
Oh,
Sam, I
never
think
mind,
you're
the first
familiar
photo.
with
Yeah.
this guy, this character. This guy was terrifying as a kid. He was so dirty and so creepy looking. And the way he just like pulls out his switchblade, his namesake switchblade, and stabs this little like toddler's apple right out of his hands and starts eating it in front of him. And just like the grossness of his teeth and all that. That guy really haunted me for a long time, and still one of the creepiest characters I've ever seen. Great work by Christopher Lloyd. And then, of course, he ends up kidnapping Dennis, and things go awry.
Well, he
My
is a
ship-
menace, so.
My ship broke again.
Oh, my God.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. This shit sucks. Okay, sorry, we keep having technical difficulties on my end for some reason. I don't even remember what we were talking about because we had to like redo everything. Will, were you talking?
It was me. I was about to wrap up my number 5, which
Switchblade
was
Slam.
Switchblade Sam from Dennis the Menace. And I'll leave it at this. He was so creepy in this movie that the little kid that he takes the apple from, his name was Hank Johnson. He was so afraid about that scene that he wouldn't go anywhere near Christopher Lloyd the rest of the shoot. He literally traumatized a kid for the movie.
Nice.
Good for him.
A true artist.
Yes,
Good for him.
that's my number 5.
All right.
All right.
All right. Well, let's hit it. Sam, what do you got?
Okay. My number 5 is something that it's probably the more serious one that's on my list, but let's get it out of the way. My number 5 is schizophrenia.
Yeah,
Wait.
see,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
things like that. Wait, are you afraid of? Oh, because you have a history of it, right?
There's a history of it in
Yeah.
my family, and luckily, schizophrenia tends to happen when you're much younger. Like I think for women it's like late teens, early 20s, and for men it's like early 20s, mid 20s. So I'm pretty sure I'm out of the out of the running for it at the moment, but
Nice.
it's scary because so I wasn't scared of like my aunt who had it. Like I wasn't scared of her because I knew that she was just sick, but I was scared that like, oh, that's a thing that can happen to you, and then like that's a thing that could happen to me. In fact, there's a thing that is like has a decent chance of happening to me because I think there was 3 or 4 people within that side of the family that had schizophrenia at different points. So I grew up like pretty scared of it, and it still really freaks me out because it's so I think a lot of people don't know exactly like what it is, and they confuse it with like multiple personality disorder, which like that's not that. It's more of like delusional paranoia, like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it can
There's wires in my cushions.
Yeah, it can manifest in like a bunch of different ways. But I remember one of the last times I talked to my aunt, we were having like a pretty normal conversation, and then she just said, "It's Red River, man. It's Red River." And I was like, "Oh, those aren't words that mean anything." but like they're happening in her head, and it's pretty scary. So yeah, I went to a couple mental hospitals growing up to visit her as well, which is a wild place to be. So so that's my more serious one. Let's get it out of the way, but that is something that I am legitimately afraid of.
That's fair. That's a fair one.
Yeah.
Let me see. How can I turn this into a bit?
Well, I was going to say, Charles, maybe you should send him a second wedding invitation, just in case he wakes up as someone else that day.
That's not the same thing.
Bring this body to me. Yeah, no, it's scary. I mean, when you if you've never experienced someone having like a delusion episode, it's fucking nuts. My mom sundowns real hard when she's in the hospital.
Yeah.
And she also she had at one time we were on vacation. She had such a bad UTI infection that she was hallucinating. Like she was so like dehydrated or whatever. I guess that was a thing that could happen. I didn't know, but like, my wife still has she still has a recording of my mom calling her and leaving a voicemail to my wife that I was making out with some elderly woman in a car in her parking lot.
I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, so my mom sold me out. This is before we were married, to my fiance. So I knew her loyalty lies.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to get some from some old bag. Wasn't having it, but yeah, it's as someone who has their faculties at the time, it's like impossible to like handle that, because you're just like, she also thought like she also called me in the middle of the night when she was having like an episode, and she was convinced that my dad was breaking into her house to steal her VHS tapes, and she's like, I saw him. I was like, nope, no way.
Oh.
She's like, no, I saw him do it. I was like, ah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry to bring the whole show down. Which is why I didn't design the rest of my list like this. But I did have this one because I was thinking of like, what am I actually legitimately scared of? And it's stuff like that. So
No, that's a good one.
yeah.
Was it back on me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, I should say my wife. My wife. All right, let's see. She has. Oh, she sent me a very cute picture of my daughter. Here's one. This is news to me. I've never heard her talk about. Number 4, being in a coma or in some situation I can't move my body, but I am fully awake and aware of what's happening.
So being a vegetable.
That's a good one.
Oh, that is a good one. I don't know. Also bringing the show down.
There's
How can I
a
simulate this for her.
There's a Stephen King short story about this, where a guy wakes up because he's been like stung by some sort of venomous spider, and he's like clinically dead, but it's just that his heart has slowed down to almost nothing, and he wakes up as they're about to operate on him, or they're going to do his autopsy. Yeah, and so
That's pretty scary.
He's trying to like will himself to like move like a finger or something like that so they can know he's alive, because it's all from like his point of view. It is quite scary. I think they also made I think it's from Nightmares and Dreamscapes, which they made a short series out of. So I think you can watch like a episode of this. So
yeah, I mean, this is also like sleep paralysis, right? Like that's like the thing there. Yeah, this is also the well, no, that's not true. Well, it's kind of true. I was gonna say it's kind of like the Metallica's One video from the movie Johnny Get Your Gun, I think is the movie, where he like becomes basically a vegetable. He can't talk, can't speak, loses his arms and legs, and it's just like wants to just die. Yeah, no, I guess that's pretty scary. I don't know, maybe I just didn't put like the right thought into it. I was just like, I don't know, what, like ghosts in the dark? I'm not afraid of either of them. Yeah, because these are some pretty scary situations. I will also take this time to talk about. There is I just finished a podcast, which was pretty good. It was called The Left Right Game. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, but it's man, if there's ever a podcast that I want to see turned into a TV show more, it's probably this one. The whole concept is like it's the short version is there is a game called the Left Right Game where like you get in a car and you take your first left and then you take your next right and you take your next left and you take your next right. And the theory is if you do that long enough, you eventually kind of like go into like another dimension or whatever. And it was really, really, really good. The story was really good. And the whole thing like weaves in and out of like it's told from the perspective of this guy who is like kind of wakes up in a hospital because he got hit by a car, and he uses this time to like kind of go through some messages that an old friend sent him, and then like it turns out that like there's no record of this friend that sent him the messages, and what you listen to is basically all like the recordings of this friend who was like an investigative journalist who was just like doing a story on this guy who was he's like real big into like paranormal stuff, and it's really good. The voice acting was super good. The story was awesome. And then like the guy in the hospital kind of like has his own subplot of like trying to find his friend or like any history of his friend that he knows that he went to college with and has all these memories of, and like goes to like the local newspaper of like his front page. Like an example is like he goes and finds this like he's like, well, we were both in the paper for this event. And like he goes to like the school records and like the paper, like the picture on the record of the thing is just blank. And he's like, what is happening? I don't know. It was really good. But Left Right Game, if you're looking for like a good fictional podcast with a good story and some paranormal stuff, it's only 10 episodes long. They're very good. It's all immersive sound, which is cool. So it does the whole like behind you, and it's like real like produced that way. But it's good. So that and Body Coma, number 4.
Nice. We should drive left right as we record our podcast from the car.
It's so good because the guy who does it is like he's like done it before, and like basically he just kind of puts together this like group of people who want to like experience it, and like this is like his last, not his last hurrah, but like his whole thing is like I'm going to get to the end of this. It's like my whole thing is I'm going to go further than I've ever gone. And like some people that go with them are just like paranormal enthusiasts that are just like looking for like some fun thing. And it just gets like so weird. There's like they all travel in like a convoy of cars. So he has like a radio to each car, and he's like all right, it's like we're coming up on turn 64. He's like, there's going to be a hitchhiker there. You pick him up. Do not talk to him. Just pick him up, take him where he needs to go, and let him out when he tells you. But do not talk to him. And like each car has to do it one by one, and it's crazy. It was just like really bizarre. And the guy gets in, and like like his car is just like silent, and like this hitchhiker's guy is just like trying to like talk to them, and like it was creepy. It was cool. It was good.
You're riding with the driving crooner, baby.
Oh, Buck is trying to make it look fake.
Yeah, no, it's good. Charles, number 4.
Yeah, my number 4 is I'm scared of falling.
Just in general.
Well,
You
not
fall
in
a
general.
lot?
Like, no, I'm scared of like falling off of
Well, you're
like
pretty
a
tall.
building, a bridge.
Oh,
From
like
6
heights?
feet up. Not really heights, no, but I'm like, if you were to like, I'm not gonna go fucking skydiving, type thing.
Pussy. I wouldn't either.
I don't like going on, like, I have to be specific because certain drop towers are fun, like Tower of Terror. But like, those drop towers where you're actually just outside of it and they just drop.
Yeah.
You just
I don't
strap
like
in.
those either.
Don't like those. Don't like them.
I don't like not for the reason of the falling. It's just like those historically are the most like statistically ones to have like accidents where like cables snap and they like fucking lance people's legs off and shit.
Yeah,
I
no.
just don't go on.
I don't like being on those. I don't like falling in general. If I'm on a bridge driving, that's all I think about usually. It's like, oh, we're gonna drive right off this bridge.
Here's a question. What about falling in love?
Well, I avoided it for so many years, and I had to
took the
confront
plunge.
that fear one day.
There you go. Man, I can't wait to get to your wedding, and I'm just gonna knock you over.
It's aversion therapy.
I was gonna say, for somebody who's afraid of falling, isn't like one of your best hobbies obstacle courses?
Yeah,
Yes.
right. But you fall all the time. Do you scream bloody murder when you trip?
I trip trail running a good chunk of time too. So, gotten pretty good at catching myself that way. But yeah, I'm scared of falling. Don't like it. There's a good chance at the race coming up in like 3 weeks at World's Toughest Mudder that they could bring back stacks, which is a 30 foot jump into water.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do you do that? Just stay home.
I don't
You know what you can do? Play a video game. Just play a video game.
I could
Sit at
finish
home.
Baldur's Gate.
You could. I can't do anything. I would love to play a video game. I would always think I have my other monitor right here. I could sit here and play Overwatch while I do the podcast, but I don't, out of respect to the listeners. But I think about it all the time.
He's gonna
Yeah.
do it.
One of these days I will. Listen, if you want me to play Overwatch, comment in the Discord. Go to top5ofdeath.com. Say, man, you deserve it. Play some Overwatch while you record. He's going to be listening and be like, fuck that. Fuck that. Bullshit. This guy's playing a keyboard and mouse on console. What a fuck.
Nerd.
No, that's a good one. Anyone else falling? Does it bother anybody?
If I were to like
Nope.
scrape my shin from a fall,
What? That seems like a very unlikely injury to get from a fall.
I don't
Like
know.
your shin? That's like a weird way to like catch your shin on something.
You know what? My number 4 is hurting my shin.
Is it?
Yeah, sure.
All right, great.
My-
I get that.
It's hurting my shin from a fall. Like take a second right now just to feel your shin bone. There's so much bone right
sucks.
there.
Yeah.
You see
Right.
the video of the guy who like full speed walks into the trailer hitch?
Yeah.
It's one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Oh no.
Oh God. Isn't it to like go catch his wife who's falling or something?
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. She's like, the tailgate's like closing on her. She's like, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he runs over to help, but he just runs. He just fucking perfect fucking bang right on his shin.
The other part of that is also don't leave your trailer hitch on. Come on, take your tow hitch off. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I have a tow hitch. I got a whole tow package. I don't even have it set up. The thing's still in the plastic in the back of my car.
Nice. There with your bidet.
The bidet's in the closet right over here. I could probably pull it out right now and show you.
Use it on camera.
That thing's never getting used. Now for just out of spite, I'm gonna mail it back to Fro and say no thanks. After all these
I
years,
thought about it. Thought about it for a while.
but after recent transgressions, I've decided against it.
All right. Well,
My number 4 actually falls it falls so similar to just falling. But my number 4 is hitting my teeth on marble stairs.
Oh, marble stairs. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know you lived
I don't know
in a
what
palace.
it is. So it's sort of like falling, but you walk into like a nice, building or something. There's a lot of old buildings around Boston that I go in, and they have these big ornate staircases, and just for whatever reason, I always think about how that chippiness feeling of hitting your teeth on something that hard and having them all shatter. I can't help but think of it whenever I see a big marble staircase. Or
if you
I don't want to end up like Matt.
What? These are great.
the sound. Oh
I could-
no.
Yeah, that sound that gets me too.
I could
Good.
hit my
This,
teeth on marble stairs without even using my mouth.
Using your throwing arm.
Yeah, I could fucking just chuck them.
well,
Like-
this basically ties into my number 2, which is I'm afraid of shattering my teeth.
No.
Okay.
Constant nightmare of mine. Like,
Really?
I mean,
yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I've broken my teeth so many times.
I have
does it
recurring
matter?
dreams where like my teeth, like my jaw locks up, and basically I squeeze my teeth until my teeth shatter.
Oh.
You squeeze. Oh, like a fuck! Like you're biting down so hard they just explode.
Yeah, they just yeah.
What are you, Ren?
I have dreams like that, like maybe a couple times a month. So not stress, anxiety dreams at all.
No. I wonder if there's
man.
a very specific meaning behind it.
It means you're gay.
Yeah, probably.
Oh,
Probably.
But
They
you
all
know what?
usually get back
That's
to that.
okay. We accept you either
That's
way.
right. Sam will vote for you.
I will. In what? I don't know.
Prom queen.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to chip my teeth on hard stone.
What if
Makes
what
me,
if you chipped
makes me
your
kind of
tooth on
shiver
like a
just thinking about it.
like a what if you chipped your tooth on like a plushy teddy bear?
That sounds bad too.
Answer
had
the
a
I feel
question,
like a
Will.
pussy. I would
you
feel like
really
a
let
pussy.
teeth. you
That'd
really
be
let
like
tooth
chipping
decay
my
take
tooth
hold
on a
of you.
bagel.
Dude, that thing broke so hard. That bagel was pretty hard, to be honest. I gave it the old fucking like I chomped into that and it was just like, it was like those like thin pieces of like bread you get at some restaurants as like for like dipping or whatever. They're just
Crostini?
like razor thin. No, but like thinner than that. The more just like they're like a step above a chip. But it's like that's how it broke. It just like snapping one of those. My tooth was just like
Ugh.
Hey,
No
hey,
bueno.
I can't even feel that. I have no idea that I'm hitting my teeth.
You can't feel your teeth anyways.
Yes, you can. My bottom ones I'll feel. More visual for everybody. Hold on, let me get the. All right.
Yep.
Yo,
YouTube.com/top
video's fun.
5 of death, right?
Yeah, you want to see this shit? You go, People are like, this show sucks. They're half right. What are we talking about?
That was my number 4.
Oh, Sam, did you go? Yeah, yours your
Sam,
4
I
was
think.
whatever, Shins.
I was just gonna say, hit my shin.
You're afraid of the Shins, the band.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on, what got 90% on Rotten Tomatoes? Daddy's Head? All right, I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, let's go. Number 3 for my wife. Anytime someone's body moves weird, thanks to movies like The Ring and The Grudge, those movies ruined me. Okay. Doesn't bother me. Crab walk down the stairs? Cool. Let me see it. Trying to think any body. Oh, well, for me, that would be like a shoulder dislocating. Sad bitch.
So she's not gonna go see a contortionist show.
I won't go see a contortionist show for the same shit. Just the shoulders. Oh,
Yeah?
God. Even thinking, oh, I fucking hate it. I'm even thinking of like a contortionist doing that like thing where like they fucking dislocate their shoulder. I hate it so much. Why do they do it? Oh, my God.
I don't understand
Worst.
that. Who wants to see some freak stuff himself in a box?
Me?
Charles does.
I'm into it.
For local news thing, you see the that woman murdered her boyfriend by keeping him zipped up in a suitcase when they were drunk and played hide and seek, and he suffocated.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
No.
In this video of her just like laughing while he's like in the suitcase, being like, "I can't breathe."
Oh.
Sam is mortified.
Yeah. That sounds awful.
Happened-
Man. I'm gonna have to change my list.
Being stuffed in a suitcase. Number 4.
Ooh.
Yeah.
My number 3 is not that far off from that.
Oh, yeah, it's being stuffed in a old cookie tin.
Ooh, there's some crumbs in here.
Normally you stuff these with old sewing supplies, but I'll just get in myself. Yeah, that's it. Charles, what's your number 3?
Oh, my number 3.
Yeah, that's the order.
I'm scared of demonic possession.
Dude, I wish. That's my favorite horror. Man, I love demonic possession.
It's one of my favorite horror things because it makes me so uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah.
but I find it terrifying. Like, I won't watch The Exorcist mainly because I watched it way too young and it scarred me. So,
It's so
like,
good.
yeah.
That's why I really want to watch Late Night with the Devil. That looks so good.
I've never heard of this.
And then there's
but,
that other movie where the guy is interviewing the other guy in prison. That one was awesome too. Did you see that, Sam?
It sounds familiar. I'm not sure.
It is good. But what am I thinking of? Yeah, man, demonic possession. I am not religious. If I got into religion, it would just be for like demon stuff, and I feel like that's not the right approach. I was like, I just want to hear more stories about the demons. Like, no. You got to read the Bible. I was like, well, what part is the demon part?
It's somewhere in the
There's not
back.
really any demons in there. I'm like, well, then I don't want to read it.
Yeah,
Tell me the demon stories.
I realize for my own personal taste, watching like horror movies or whatever, I'm not scared of things that aren't human looking. You know, I'm not scared of like monsters on screen. It's like, oh, it's a monster. But like if there's like a person and the person's creepy, then that's scary.
So, like a possessed person would be scary to you?
Could be a possessed person. Could be. I mean, do you guys even see like the movie Creep?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that one's good.
I did.
Yeah.
That's just a dude who's like a fucking creep. But that movie's wicked scary because I think
Does
you
he
can.
want? Does he want like a perfect body, like a perfect soul? Does he want
No.
you to notice when he's not around?
Listen, he wants to have control, but he also wants to listen to TLC.
Okay.
We're going a different direction. with
Very,
Creep.
very good.
Yeah, demonic possession, anything that inhabits like a person's body. I think that's why Smile is scary as well, because
I don't even know the premise of that movie.
you kind of find out like halfway through it. So like so I won't spoil it, but it is like close to a demonic possession sort of deal.
Okay.
Yeah,
Would I like it if I liked demonic possession stuff?
I think so. I really enjoyed that movie.
All right. I mean, I'll give it a shot, and then I'll call you on the phone if I hate it.
All right, please.
This fucking movie sucks. Fucking waste my time.
Charles, are you religious at all?
No, not at all. Yeah.
Are any of our listeners we were supposed to do that? We were supposed to get Logan on, and I think actually, yeah, Logan and I believe Kat's husband, because he like grew up super religious.
Yeah. Y'all did a Tuaska.
Yeah, we did Tuaska with both of them.
Yeah.
Man, that was a good series. I miss doing interviews. Those are fun. Not like we couldn't bring it back, but where's the time? Also, man, it sucks. I don't think he listens to the show anymore, but the Native American dude, if for some reason you still listen to the show, reach out. I have a lot of like actual personal questions I need to ask you. So I tried to find him on social media, and like I tried to find him from like our old messages when we were setting up that episode. He's like gone. He's like not on social media anymore.
Well, hopefully he's just taking a social media break and is still with us.
I wasn't insinuating that, but yeah, I guess so.
Morbid.
Jesus, Sam. I hope he's still fucking alive.
But that was a good Tuaska, and yes, we should bring it back. We'll discuss that later.
We should. That was such a good that Native American one. I love that episode. That might have been one of my favorite things I've ever done with the show is when we had that on. That guy was so cool. His stuff was so interesting. Yeah, we should bring Tuaska back. That's a great show. Now I'm just thinking about that. Yeah, who's up?
Will.
That was Charles. So Will.
Number 3. My number
Yeah.
3 is a pretty basic one. It is snakes.
On a plane?
Regular Indiana Jones over here.
Oh.
On a plane, on the ground, in the bathtub, wherever you want to put snakes. I don't want to be there. They don't have legs, so they shouldn't be walking around. Makes no sense.
Yo,
It defies God.
you're right. You're right. Yeah, I'm with you. They should, how I mean, they got
Yeah.
that sexy slither of a female snake.
I've never had any bad experiences with snakes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's not. I did have one close call a couple years ago, but I never had any like traumatizing experience. I just never liked them. They look slimy, even though I know they're not. I don't want to touch them.
Dude, you know
And
what I hate the
I
most
recently-
about the sneakiest thing they do is cover themselves in a box and just move around a room.
I've never seen that.
Does anyone get
Oh.
my reference?
Isn't that from a video game?
Yeah, Metal Gear
Yep.
Solid Snake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's one of his things in Smash Bros, which I thought was so fucking cool.
Yeah. He gets in a box. I think this is
Yeah,
fun.
it's so funny.
Actually, a couple of months ago at my job site, we were in the office area, and the administrative lady screams, and I'm just like, "Are you okay?" And she goes, "There's a snake." And I'm like, "No, there's not. Like we're in cubicles over here." And sure enough, there was like a good-sized garter snake sitting right in the middle of the carpet. And I'm like, well, I ain't fucking touching it. So I had to call a couple real men from out back to come
Yeah.
do it for me.
Really?
No, I'm with
And
it.
it pissed all over him.
I wouldn't know how to handle a snake at all. I know I have like
Exactly.
a belt behind me that looks like a snake. That's just a belt.
Just a belt.
I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't at all. I've seen videos, but I don't have like one of those hooks where I can like pin its head down so I can grab its body. I'd just be like, you know what? In my head, I'd be like, if I grab it by the tail fast enough and I start spinning, the centrifugal force should keep its head away from me. But then I need to keep spinning so fast that the snake is fully elongated. And at that point, I'd probably just friggin' rip its skeleton out of its mouth because I'd be spinning so goddamn fast. And then I'd feel real bad.
I remember walking
call
in a
it-
field. Sorry, walking in a field with my buddy Evan, and we were shooting off those model rockets. And we're walking back, and I saw this big fake rubber snake in the grass, and I was like, "Oh, look, a snake!" And I picked it up, and then immediately realized it was a live snake,
Oh my
probably
god.
like 3 feet long. It just looked like it was rubber. It was dead, so it wasn't moving or anything. But I was just like.
Gross.
On a very early date that I went on with Kaylee, we were
Ooh, cute.
it was not a good date. We were in Florida and we decided to rent a canoe and take it down the Wiki Wachi River where you can see like manatees and stuff. But so we get there and we're like, oh, it's really quiet here today. And then they're like, you guys want to go out today? And we're like, yes. And I'm like, all right. And so as soon as we get in the canoe and start to head out, we're like, oh, it's horsefly season. And so we're getting attacked by horseflies like nonstop, and it's like, you know, it's distracting and it's awful, and like we basically like lost control of the canoe, like hit the shore, tipped the canoe, and then when I came up in like from the water, I'm like eye level with a red snake that is like slithering across the water towards me. I'm just like,
Fuck that.
You guys okay?
yeah, I know, he's just coming to help.
Hey, I saw what happened over there. I wanted to come over.
But yeah, the thing was red and then fucking swimming right to my face.
Oh, thank you.
No,
that.
nope.
Here's a question. How did an early date with Kaylee happen while you were in Florida?
All right, good question. When we had been dating for probably like a month or something like that, and she had lived in Florida previously, and she was kind of splitting custody of her old dog Toby with her ex-boyfriend. And she was like, I really want to go pick up Toby. And I was like, I'll drive you down to Florida to pick up Toby, because she didn't have a reliable car. And so that's what we did. We wound up down here, and then before we picked him up, we decided to go down the old Wiki Wachi. That was also the first time I went to Disney.
That was the first time?
Yep,
Now look at you.
I know.
Late bloomer.
Mm-hmm. But I was still
Most-
taken aback by its magic, even at 24 years old or whatever.
Yeah, that's when I went for the first time. It was
Yeah.
23, 24.
Yeah, you can really appreciate it.
Really? Yeah, for sure. You're old, you're young enough to be super youthful, but old enough to not be like a angsty teen. You're like, this place stinks.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. Man, I'll never forget that. I have like such, I don't know why, I have such like strong visual memories in general, just from like my whole life. But that one of the first time rounding Main Street USA, and just like the smell of the confectionery and all that, I'm like, man, they weren't kidding.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's up?
All right. My number 3, right?
Mhm.
All right. My number 3 is
Okay.
Yeah.
is cave spelunking.
Yeah.
Specifically when you see people that are they're like, oh, there's like a 14-inch opening here and it's full of water. I bet we could swim to the other side.
Nope.
That's my actual nightmare of like being in water and you only have like an inch above your head and then like an inch below you and you're like, I can squeeze through here. I bet it will come out before I lose before my fucking air runs out.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm good.
The good thing about
There's
that
YouTube
is
channels dedicated to this shit, where people just go squeeze through small spaces, and they're like, it's just close up, and they're like, just crawling through, and they're like, yep, we're just decided to explore this part of, the Earth, and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? You don't have other things to do?
Oh, I hate that.
Ugh.
yeah, I don't know. I can't think of an organic situation where you'd be thrust into that unexpectedly.
What if I fall into a cave and I can't get out the way I came in? This is
just
the
stay
movie.
there.
This is The Descent, right? This is that horror movie.
I heard that movie was awesome. I haven't seen it yet.
The movie is awesome.
It's good.
I gotta start watching movies. I gotta start. You know what it is? Here's my problem with my entire life. Okay, everybody. Anytime there's a movie or a show, this is like for no reason, no real reason, but I'm like, I want to watch this movie, but I want to enjoy it at maximum potential. And you know how I would enjoy this movie at maximum potential? Is if my entire house was cleaned and picked up, and I could sit in a nice clean house, at night, with like some snacks on my couch. But that's such a far-fetched reality for me. I just don't watch anything. I could probably watch more stuff if I was like okay with being like, I'll put it on here. I might have to stop it a couple times while I deal with some family things. I just won't do it. My wife watches a ton of stuff because she has no problem with that. But me, I mean, I get in line for hours early so I can get in the seat I want for a fucking movie at the movie theater. Like, I don't know. It's just, to me, if anything's worth doing, I want to do it at top tier, whatever. And at this point, it has become a straight up hindrance on consuming things I would probably like.
Let's get a second house.
Dude, I would. I think about it all the time. As soon as those interest rates come down, I will purchase another house.
That your family isn't allowed in.
Yeah, fuck them. They have this house. They've already ruined this house.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll take one in at a time. Birdie can come. She's okay, so far.
They just can't know where it is.
Yeah, I'll blindfold the baby when I drive her over. She can't relay where it is.
Very nice.
The one thing that's funny to think about with these spelunkers, these cave divers, is it's like they go further and further and further into these tiny crevices, and you know that like people historically have died doing this, and then there's spelunkers that come after them and like, nah, I can make it. I just got to clear these bones out of the way.
Yeah, it's like friggin' Everest. Like all the bodies that are on Everest.
Yeah.
I like that meme that's like, there's like every body left on Everest was an ambitious person. Just stay at home. Don't do anything.
Yeah, there's that story. Oh, God, I'm going to screw up all the details, and Kaylee's going to get mad at me because this is one of her favorite stories. There's like a book and like 2 movies about it. It's like the group of kids that got trapped in a cave that flooded. They were like really, really, really deep into a cave system in like South Korea or something like that.
Is this the one? Is this the one Elon got all butthurt about because they wouldn't let him try and rescue them?
I
It
don't
was
know.
like a kid's soccer team or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It was a soccer team. But yeah, they had to have these guys that like specialize in like doing exactly that. And
Oh, yeah, that story is crazy. Go on.
yeah, but they're people that specialize in living my nightmare. They're like, okay, well, if I only breathe like once every 10 minutes, then I can just I can traverse this like mile long fucking corridor of jagged rocks with like oh, they had to like sedate the kids too and bring them
That's right. That's what it
unconscious
was.
because they would freak out and they wouldn't be able to handle it, and they would have to do that to me as well. But yeah,
We got to sedate the kids because they won't handle it, but you'll be okay. And you're like, no,
no, give me all the drugs.
give me the drugs.
Yep. Number 3 is cave spelunking.
Yeah, that's a very fair one. But that's also a choice that people make. So
So Will?
Matt?
No, I mean, me?
yours.
Matt, number 2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Well, Megan's number 2 technically.
Yes.
Also Wednesday sent me a list as well. I'm gonna read that at the end.
Aw. Gotta read that with the fun butts.
Yeah. Something. So number 2 is something chasing me upstairs. I have booked it up any basement stairs my whole life. Also, shout out to the creepy things that might reach through the stairs and grab your legs.
Nice.
That's fair.
I understand. I think we all do that, which is like probably something interesting of like some sort of case study to be like, why does every human share the feeling of being like chased upstairs? I don't know what it is, but I mean, I've experienced it. I'm sure everyone else has. It's just something about, I don't know, something about it. I'd like to know like the real like meat and potatoes of that whole phenomenon.
I wonder if it's because it's harder to run upstairs than it is to run, in
general.
In general, yes. Charles, you like to run.
Yeah, you got to deal with an imp.
Yes, I can confirm running upstairs is harder than going down.
Heard it here first.
Also, if you're running upstairs all the time, you could definitely fall and hurt your shin.
Jesus
Ooh,
Christ, you and your
terrifying.
shins.
You could shatter your teeth.
if those
they're marble
stairs-
Yeah.
If they're marble stairs, yeah.
Oh my god.
You shatter your shin and your teeth. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
I remember I had like my hands full with laundry in the basement. Was like I turned all the lights off, but I couldn't open the door, so I had to like yell for Megan to open the basement door. And so she opened the door, and it was just like I'm just standing there in the dark. She was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah, I can't open the door." She's like, "What are you doing in the dark?" I was like, "I turned the lights off." She was like, "Why would you do that?" I was like, "Because I don't want the fucking. I'm not paying for the town's electricity. I don't like turn the light." I was like, "What?" And since then, I've realized, as part of my like buttoning up of the downstairs before going to bed, because I'm always the last to go to bed, is I have to go in the basement and make sure all the lights are off because Megan won't shut the lights off to go back upstairs. So
Yep. Can install a
Gotta
second
get
light
smart
switch.
bulbs.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's the only place in my house that doesn't have any smart bulbs. I'm always like, I just got to put some down there, but I don't. I just don't. It would make a lot of sense. But yeah, I don't know. There's something about just working in haunted houses for so long. I'm just completely immune to dark, creepy places. I, by myself, worked for 3 hours in the dead of night in the middle of the woods by myself in the dark. Like, just putting together a couple of, like, bodies I wanted to get, like, positioned out there. And it's just like, I don't know. I was like, just concentrate on working. And very cute dogs came and visited me in the woods in the middle of the night.
Oh.
And they have
Cute
big
dogs?
cowbells. There's these two. Yeah. So the property abuts another like big like kind of like rural property, and this guy has like these two like bloodhounds, and they wear these big bells. And at night, and they was just like I was like working, and all I hear was like ding 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 ding. I was like, what the fuck is that? I'm not even
That's
like
creepier
scared. I'm
than
just like,
anything.
what is that? And then just friggin' these two fat little bloodhounds with these bells just friggin' came up. I was like, what are you? I was like dogs. I've never seen those dogs before. I only saw them that one time because the guy just lets them out at night. But they just came over and just friggin' sniffed around, and I pet them, and then they just kept on their way together. And then like the bells just faded. They could be ghost dogs for all I fucking know. But when I mentioned it to the property owners the next day, they were
Like,
oh yeah, that's so and so.
there haven't been dogs around these parts in now on 40 years.
Yeah. But no, I'll You can turn the lights off, and I'm just like, what's happening? Do I need to fix something? But I don't know. The darkness does not bother me at all.
So your number 3 is paying your electric bill.
Oh my god, it's so expensive. I run so much shit. I need solar, but I just don't get it.
Yeah, I'm weary about it.
I don't like, not to get into like a solar thing. I don't like the fact that it's such like, I don't want to rent the panels. I don't want to pay for the panels. If they're like, oh, it's not going to cost you anything, I go, I don't want it to cost me anything, period. And how they get you on it not costing you anything is, here's my little tip for everybody, is a lot of places will put a lien on your house as collateral for the panels. So then I every time the people come to my fucking house all the time because everyone has solar around me. They always knock on the door. They're like, "Oh, you'd be a great candidate." I go, "Okay, here's my 3 questions." And I hit them with that, and they all go, "Oh, you've played this game before." Like basically, I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, if you could tell me that and get me in writing that none of these things are a thing, then let's do it. And I just never hear from them again. So, whatever. Make my own solar panels out of tinfoil.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how they work.
Charles, you?
My number 2 was shattering my teeth. So moving
Oh, that's right.
right along to Will's.
Yeah.
Will, number 2?
My number 2 is anything touching my eyeballs.
Dude, okay. I should have made my own list because I'm with you.
Yeah.
If you point a pen
You
at
wear
me from
contacts,
across the
though.
room- yeah, but that's okay.
I can't. Not even close.
Oh.
Not even
You're,
close.
you're way worse than I am then. But I
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
But yeah, so I have this like, I feel like if I was in the patient in Clockwork Orange that they put in those like
Oh.
eyelid stirrups, that I would just close my eyes until the things pop through my eyelids because I would be that just anxious about it. I don't know if you guys go to the eye doctor regularly. I think they have a new version
I
of
have
this,
to.
but when they used to they puff the air in your eye.
Yep.
I have
I hate
such a fucking anxiety attack, and I don't know why. Because I know the air's not gonna hurt. I've done it, 100 times, and it's just like I have to do it like 3 or 4 times because I keep blinking in anticipation.
Yeah.
Yep.
They do have a new machine that doesn't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, a little air balloon, I think, a hot air balloon. At least that's what mine has.
I saw the old
When
hot
did-
air balloon last time I went. Yep. You went to the fucking lens crafters, kid?
You go to those don't fucking lens crafters. They got this machine, right? Remember they used to fucking blow air in your eye? They don't even do that shit anymore. They got this new machine. You look at a fucking hot air balloon. They go, oh, boom, behind your eyeball. It looks good.
Yeah, pretty
Thanks,
much.
doctor.
It's like
Yeah,
you
I'm a
spoke,
doctor. I'm an optometrist in Boston.
you spoke to my optometrist. There was one
That's right.
time.
Sam comes in and he bats those beautiful blue eyes at me, and I go, come on, guy, put them away. Oh, look at him. And then he's like, I go, Sammy, what's up with the dogs? And he goes, and he tells me the things. I go, you and your dogs.
Anyways, here's a hot air balloon.
Here's a look at the hot air balloon. Boom, bang, boom, boom. Your eyes look good. You got a little cataract developing, and I wouldn't worry about it at this point. We'll deal with it when it comes up. Hey, have you seen these new Ray-Bans? Like, listen, they got paw prints on them. I thought you might like them. They're usually for women, but I think you can pull them off.
Shaped like paw prints.
They're shaped like paw prints. Sam, get those glasses, please.
Yeah, it's gonna be my
Just
new
2
thing.
fucking paw prints on your eyes. Oh, it's so funny. You know what? I'll find them. I'll buy them for you.
Thank
can
you.
get 'em. You can get 'em.
Yeah, well, there was one time I was at the optometrist, and the guy was like, "Oh, it seems like maybe you have like a little eyelash that's in your eye," and then he started to like dig around in my eye with some sort of tool, and with like really without like asking me. And so oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. I'm with you.
I tried contacts once a long time ago, and spent about an hour trying to get one in, and never could. And then I just started thinking, if I get this in, what's it going to take to get it out? I have to like really get in there. And then I'll just fuck it. I'll overpay for glasses the rest of my life.
This story will never have another opportunity to organically come up, so I'll just tell it here. Kaylee's dad, who is a fucking riot, he's 80, and he's been like an auto body guy for 70 years. So he was at the optometrist recently, and and his optometrist was like, "Do you have a bunch of metal in your eye?" And he's like, "Yeah, I remember." He's like, "It was from like 1987. It was, you know what I mean?" Like tells the story. Probably got a bunch of metal in his eye, and then they're like, "Do you want to do anything about it?" And he's like, "No." It's like it's been there for 40 years.
I hope he never gets an
Right.
MRI. He's got
Yeah.
fucking eyeballs ripped out.
Ooh,
God.
that might be my number one now.
Yeah. Having your number one, having your eyeballs ripped out because you have metal in them and you went into an MRI machine. Very
Reverse
specific.
shrapnel.
Extremely specific.
Man, I can't find any fucking paw print glasses.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll
I'll
make
make
them.
'em.
Don't worry.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
a good one.
Oh,
My number two.
all right.
All right, who's up?
My number two.
Yours.
My number two is Luna moths.
Oh, those
This
big
is just
like
giant moth.
It's
fluffy
a
moths?
fucking
Oh.
gigantic moth. I've seen him. I've seen him a couple times in real life. There was one that was on the outside of a window of this place we were staying at with Kaylee's family, and it landed on the window. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's a Luna moth. Like they're good luck." I'm like, "What the?" It's so thick.
Yeah.
They're
They
so
look really pretty.
they're pretty, but
Yeah.
they're a bug that is like so thick and fuzzy and fucking awful, and it creeps me out more than any other insect that I've ever seen.
Why? This thing is beautiful.
Well, what if it took off and
Yeah.
it flew into your mouth? And it was
What
all
if I fucking? What?
and you had to and you choked on it because it was so thick and fuzzy.
Oh my god. Go
There's
on.
so
I
many
gotta
jokes
just
there,
remind me.
but-
I have something. I have something. I haven't told anyone yet.
I hope it's something
That
thick and
pick
fuzzy.
actually
you know?
matches. That matches one of Rose's. She's afraid of butterflies.
Yeah, they're
She's like,
"What's
they're
wrong
so
with you
stupid.
guys?"
They don't even know where they're going. They just fly into things. It's like, so you just swat at it.
I've never seen one of these. These are really cool.
is there some sort of is there a way where you can see like the size of the,
Yeah,
the
they're like it's like on their hand. Like I could see it on like perspective. Yeah,
yeah?
that's big. I get it.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Listen, since we have a visual medium, here we go. I can put one up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gorgeous, Sam.
It's gorgeous.
I would imagine that thing flies around and a tail of like shimmering glitter like emits from it as it goes around.
Yeah, but you're looking at the wing side, like the body side
this is the one I put in our chat, and this was on my deck like a couple months ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it was, I didn't touch it because you often should not touch these things, but yeah, it's gigantic, and I was like, this is cool. It's like looking at like, I don't know, the kaiju of the insect world.
Kaiju.
Yeah, but I don't know if there's
Ta-da.
I don't know if there's an easy photo to find that shows like it's. Oh, here we go. Here's its fucking face. Fuck that thing.
Yeah, look at it.
That
look at its
sucks.
little ears.
That sucks so bad.
cute. Oh,
That's like a wonder of nature.
yeah.
Every
I
it's-
think-
everyone else I was with as well was like, "Oh, they're so beautiful," and it was like,
I think moths are pretty chill. They're always just kind of lamping around.
lamping around.
Lamping around.
Holy shit. 7-Up has a Shirley Temple out. Damn, that looks fucking crisp.
You
No
guys-
alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol free. Are you guys all familiar with Norm Macdonald's moth joke?
Oh yeah, it's so good.
No,
one of my-
actually.
It's what just
I don't know if we have enough time.
no. There's literally our episode would be 4 hours long, but just Google.
I'll look it up.
Yes, please Google it. It's so worth it. Anyways, yeah, my
Oh,
number two is Luna moths.
Real quick, I forgot. I haven't told anybody this.
Yeah.
It was fucking awful. I took on Friday. I went for. I always go for a walk during lunch, and Wednesday was home, so I took her with me, and I like put her in like a stroller and basically just like handed her like my tablet, and she just like chilled while I walked. But we were coming home, and there were like these like massive crows in a tree or something like that, and we were walking by, and just fucking something caught my eye, fell out of the tree, and just fucking like hit the ground. It was just like crack, and I was like, oh, and, like was just like walking by. Like I turned back to look at it. It's just like a fucking like baby bird, just like of decent size that just got like fucked up by these like other birds. It just like fell out of the tree and just fucking. I was like, oh my god, dude. And like Wednesday didn't notice it, so I just like kept walking. But I was like, it fell like literally like 2 feet right next to me.
Yeah.
If that thing fucking hit me, I would try to swallow my own fist so I died. That'd be so fucking gross. I would give Wednesday a good push towards the house, and say, she'll get there somehow, and I'd just start swallowing my own fist so I could just fucking die because I'd never want to live again after that thing touched me. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You could have been admiring a nice cloud or the sun or something, and then it could have fallen right into your mouth.
Oh my god. I would freaking. You know what I would do? I would just go on like a 5-star rampage of Grand Theft Auto and just be death by cop or something like that. Be like, what happened? They're like, a dead bird fell in my mouth. A dead bird fell in my mouth. Just fucking screaming, a dead bird fell in my mouth. Fucking trying to get a tank.
That's why
driving around.
they call that group of crows a murder, right?
No.
He's out there murdering little
Crows are
baby
just
birds.
Crow was just chilling. Crows are fucking big. Anyway, am I up? Number 2? Number 1?
Yes.
You're number one.
If you like the show, support your go to top5death.com, join the Discord that you can have your list read, and you can play and do fun stuff with us. Listen, no promises, but I'm really trying, okay? I would really much like to get a group together of our listeners with me for December 6th to play Marvel Rivals. And I mean like a good couple hours of playing Marvel Rivals. Okay? I am going to play that game. I've already spoken about it to my wife. I said, listen, there's a game I have to play. It is basically Overwatch with Marvel characters. This game was made for me, so I have to play it. But I would like to enjoy the experience with some listeners. So if people got, I don't know if it's crossplay, but I'm playing on Xbox, and that if those tick your boxes and you're interested, maybe I'll make a little Discord like thing, and I'll take the first. I'll put the time and date, and I'll take the first. I don't know how many people can play that game. I think it's like a team of 5 or 4 or something. Whatever the team is, I'll be like, I'll take this many people, and we'll bro down. Number 1.
It is full crossplay, by the way,
Is it full crossplay? Nice, good for them.
for
I'm
consoles.
glad that's just like a default these days. All right, number 1 from my wife. Oh yeah, this is true. Actually, it's so funny. I just talked about this. My wife hates birds, which is funny because our daughter's name is Birdie. But she does. One of our first dates, we were getting brunch, in Boston somewhere, and like a bird flew near her head, and she like freaked out. This is like our second or third date, and she like freaked out. I was like, "You all right?" She's like, "I really don't like birds." I was like, "All right." I mean, it didn't come that close, so I don't know why you're having such a reaction. She was like, "They get stuck in my hair." I was like, "I mean, yeah, I guess technically that's possible." But she says, "I hate their feet, their faces. I do not find them cute or silly. I am terrified that they are going to fly and get their feet stuck in my hair and claw at my head."
Wow.
Which is too bad because I love birds. I think they're so funny, and I think they're so cute. I would love to get a little peach-faced lovebird, just have them up on my shoulder the whole time. They're so cute, and they do their dances. Oh, they're so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More visual
They
jokes.
freaking boom, boom, so good.
YouTube.com/@top5ofdeath.
That's right. You can. Oh, that's right. We never talk about that. We're on YouTube with the whole video thing. If you wanted, like, I wonder if I could see it, but I'm not on the Discord and I never miss them live or whatever. It's like, yeah, just go to. You can just YouTube us. We're on YouTube now. Comment, do stuff.
Yeah. Matt's bird dance.
Yeah, the little
subscribe.
bird dance.
Gold.
Golden. Yeah, there you go. That's the number 1. Birds. You know what's afraid of
That's
birds? I'm definitely not. Unless
No, they're
unless
not
they
even
bend and
real.
Fall in my mouth. That's true. They definitely aren't real.
Definitely not
All
afraid of
part
birds,
the
but
plan.
I can see that they're descendants of dinosaurs, right? It's normal.
You
to-
still believe in dinosaurs? Man, no wonder why you're voting the way you are.
Yep. That
This guy thinks dinosaurs are real.
all tracks.
It all tracks. Yeah, I mean, not much more to say on that one. Birds are they're just freaking birds. Charles, number one.
Yeah. My number one is I'm scared of chainsaws. Scared of them.
Yep.
Don't like them.
Rightfully so.
I think it's too much power for one person to wield.
All the things that exist, Charles draws the line at chainsaws.
I feel safer holding a gun than a chainsaw. I'm just saying, like, because there is something about chainsaws. Like, oh, I'm just gonna start up and just boom, boom, up. There goes my leg. Like, it's just gone. Like,
You ever seen anyone get killed
I
with the
never-
chainsaw?
what?
You ever seen anyone get killed with the chainsaw?
No, but I've watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it always makes me incredibly uncomfortable.
No. I was talking about some
Yeah.
real life dark shit. It's fucked up.
No, I'm good. I don't seek chainsaw accidents out in public, but yeah.
You would if you were my friend
I
when I
don't-
was 15.
Yeah, it was I don't like them. It makes me incredibly uncomfortable to be around. If I ever need to chop a tree down, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way with an axe, I guess. I don't know. I'd rather do it that way.
In karate.
Yeah,
Karate.
too.
I mean, there'll be chainsaws at Halloween Horror Nights. Are you going to be okay?
Yeah, but I'll just throw Sam at him.
Yeah. I'll take a chainsaw in the face to protect Charles.
Yeah.
I saw a video of this. Speaking of axes, I saw a video of this dude that just killed some dude in the street with an axe to the neck.
Ugh.
That was brutal.
I do
Where are you watching these
not
videos?
seek these videos out.
Don't
And
worry
Lynn.
about it.
Don't worry about it.
Did I say video? I meant outside my house from
Yep.
my window. No, it was like they're having like a little argument in like a parking lot. There was a ton of people there. It was like there must have been some outside event. And there was like a ton. It was like they must have been shouting at each other. This one dude was just holding an axe, and then this other dude was just like kind of just like arguing with them, but like not like very animated. And then the dude with an axe just like full force like swung it at his neck, and you saw the dude's head just go. And everyone, like the whole crowd, just like basically, just like turned and walked away quickly. Is like the way I'll describe it. But it's fucked up.
Yeah. It sounds like it.
That sucks.
Yeah.
No one. I mean, I don't know. It's such a weird. Humans are weird. Like 60, 70 people watching this whole altercation escalate, and no one like tackles the guy with the axe, or like I know it's like. I mean, I probably wouldn't either, because it's just like I don't want to like risk myself. Like I understand, but it's weird. I would like to think that we would be like a better species that could control ourselves, like amongst ourselves. But everyone was just waiting to see if he was going to hit him with the axe, and then he did, and everyone left.
Unfortunately.
Charles, you wouldn't like going camping with me. Because
All he does
we
is
go out in the
chainsaw
woods.
people.
Well, first we drink a lot, and then we pull out the chainsaw and cut
No.
up trees.
Oh my God.
No, I'm
you-
good.
You know what I got instead of a chainsaw? Now, I know it doesn't do exactly the same thing, but I got a set of electric loppers. Do you guys know
Cindy
what these are?
loppers?
Yeah, Cindy.
Is it just one of those that just like goes back and forth? And just...
No, it's a small chainsaw, but it's like in like what looks like a big pair of like hedge clippers. So
Okay.
they're in like a housing. It's great for branches and that sort of thing. So I did a lot of pruning when I bought my house a couple of years ago, and
Okay.
it is basically a little chainsaw, but you have the safety of it living inside of a gigantic pair of scissors.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm still not using them, but yeah. That's
Yeah.
fair. I don't-
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. That's a
See?
fine one.
There's
There's
a
Will.
oh good.
Oh no, what you got?
Uh,
got
my
something,
number-
got something, Sam?
I got more chainsaw things, but that's fine.
Okay.
All right, then. My number one is being accused of some kind of HR violation or getting canceled. Because as a straight white male, my only defense is, nuh-uh. No, nobody's ever gonna take my side, and you can
No,
just
you.
all you need is the allegation to ruin your life. You can go through the mud, especially the bigger name you might be, like celebrities that get caught up in this stuff, and then they come out on the other side of it, and they eventually recover. Like Johnny Depp's kind of recovered from his Amber Heard thing, but they were trashing him early on, and he lost a shit ton. Now, if something like that happened to little old me, I'd be ruined.
All right, so we're all thinking of which allegation we're gonna lob against Will now.
Yeah.
I would say if I had to make an allegation against Will, I'd say that he comments on my outfit too much, and I feel uncomfortable. That'd be my HR complaint. Just so someone would have to say something to him in like a very innocuous way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's mine. Comment. Not that it's bad. I just don't like it.
Yeah, I went to go use the bathroom the other day, and I took off my pants, and I went to go sit down on the toilet, but the toilet was gone. It was Will. He was posing as a toilet.
But why are you taking your pants all the way off?
Listen, I had to go number 3. All right.
You sit backwards on the toilet like Slater.
Is that a thing he does? Oh, like just in general. Sorry. Oh, on a chair. I thought there was a specific instance of him sitting on a toilet like that.
You don't remember that episode?
That's a reverse cowgirl, right?
Yes.
Very nice. Yeah, no, that would suck if something like that happened, especially if it's just out of just vindictiveness. And
Yeah, or if I actually did it, and now I want to lie my way out of it, Got no fucking chance.
I know. Listen, you had the last 600 years or whatever to get away with that. But just
Time is up.
Time's
That's
up.
At least Matt gets to play the Lebanese card if he ever gets up against it.
Oh, it's my. I would go. I'm sorry. La, 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 la. And I go, sorry, sir. We didn't know. I go, that's right. I'll back off. No, that shit's over. So it was a tough time for a while, but no one cares anymore. They go blah blah blah, and everyone goes, oh, no, shut up. But they try. But it's over. So you survived, Will. If you don't have any complaints yet, I think you're good to go.
Well, not only that, I don't really have HR at my job.
I know. I was like, aren't you?
I'm basically the
is
HR
HR
department.
is HR the radiation that you remove? You have
Yes.
to remove it in a gentle way.
Caress it.
Yeah. Ooh. I think that might be a problem. And where on the rod did he touch you?
Right where that burn mark is on his finger.
Sam, you want to finish us out?
Yes. My number 1 is very specific, and this is also like a reoccurring dream that I have, but the thought of it in real life is equally as terrifying. It's having the inside of my rib cage grabbed.
Like if someone came out like underneath your
Yes.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has that ever happened?
No, but I have dreams where it happens all the time. And I don't know why, but I can feel it in my dreams, and it's fucking awful. It's awful, and I'll wake up, from that, and I swear I can still feel it, and it's fucking brutal.
The only thing I can relate to on that is I think I've talked about this on the show before, but I used to love like the rides where it would like spin and you'd stick to the wall.
Yep.
And then I got old enough and I got to be of a certain size because I'm pretty barrel chested up here. Where on one of the rides I could feel my ribs bending.
Oh my god.
And I fucking hated it so much, and I've never gone on a ride like that since. I was like, this is so fucking gross. I thought they were gonna like snap, but it was just like the force or whatever. I was like, nope, no way, no how.
No.
So I feel you.
No rib stuff for me.
No, I take a shot to the ribs. I could probably take a couple good ones.
Although I did just start eating meat again, and I could go for some ribs.
Oh, congrats! Welcome back to manhood.
Thank you. I'm on my quest to gain 10 pounds now.
So nobody can get their hands under your ribs,
That's
right?
exactly right.
I gotta put on
Gotta
weight
stop working
right
out
here,
so
right on
much.
blockers.
Yeah, it's a very specific, but I have that dream probably once a month. It's brutal.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That's very specific, and I can't wait to cut together all three of our reactions to when you said that. All of us to go, what?
I never thought of it, but yeah,
Yeah.
I guess me too.
Yeah.
Oh, but the other way I was thinking about going with this list is like, oh, like I'm gonna be afraid of like a crab, but like it has a bunch of guns instead of claws. It's like, no, that's way. You go like
This is
real
more
specific.
AI nightmares.
Yes. Ooh, we should do AI nightmares, visual episode. Very
Did we do
good.
that last year, technically? We did.
Yeah, we
create
did kind
Mount
of do that last year.
Yep.
That was before we had video, though.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
very true.
All right.
There you
We do have some
Well, hold
fun
on,
butts. Matt,
let me
did you
read-
want,
let me
did you
read-
want to read Wednesdays first before we get to
Yeah, let me-
Dingus Cunnilingus Adams?
go. Yeah, we'll separate them as much as possible. I guess. This is my daughter's Wednesday's list. Number 5, Ghost. Number 4,
The
Haunted
band?
Mansion.
Me too. Yeah.
Number 3, Haunted Mansion movie. Number 3, Zombies, especially mean ones, not Zed from Disney's Zombies, though. And then
Okay.
number 1, Dead Ducks.
Oh, I got sad right at the end.
Yeah.
It's because I kill ducks in my spare time and then hang them in the house. Yeah.
I hope Wednesday can submit more lists.
Oh, she will. I'll ask her every time. I'll ask her what her government gripes are.
Yeah.
She'll probably be like, grapes. Like, yeah, grapes.
Just don't take her to
What is your top-
Springfield, Ohio.
Oh my God. This field dressing them in the right in the park. They just got goose. They just got waterfowl here for just the picking. Yeah, I don't blame them for that. That's what they're used to. I don't know. It's a culture shock that no one, like, people pretend this is like it would never happen. Look how you pick these people up and you put them here, and then they just act the way that they normally act. And okay, like, yeah, that happens. Maybe don't pick them up and put them here.
So I'm voting for Wednesday this week.
That's okay. Yeah, vote for her. I'll have her
Yeah.
sing a death or whatever.
Most adorable death.
The fantasy. Okay, yeah. Let's go to
Fun
the
butts.
fun butts here.
Yeah. First up, we have Daniel Sepultura. He just has interacting with girls. Is my
Oh,
entire
I've-
list.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Oh,
God, I want to just. I would love to. If this show ever had like infinite amount of money or whatever, I would love to just set him up with a wire and then send him off into like a bar or a club, and just like be like, all right, walk up to her. Yeah, okay, say hi, introduce yourself. Like, it's just like the whole thing, and then see what happens, and be like, maybe you are cursed.
I think we can put some money into that.
We could do that.
Next up, we have K-Funk. Number 5, large flying insects in my face. 4, being a passenger in a vehicle with a bad driver.
Oh my God, yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. 3, going to the doctor. I'm convinced I will be told I'm dying of something horrible when I go. 2, the 9 words, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
I'm here to help. I could guess that one, yeah.
And number 1, being alone / loneliness.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
K-Funk.
that last one.
K-Funk, I'm going to take
next
my
up we
air
have-
conditioners out, so let me know how you want me to get them to you. It's my little communicate with him. I'm only going to talk to him through the show from now on. I'm going to do this whole air conditioning cleaning thing. I'm going to set it up only through the show.
Love it.
Next up, we have CJ Doubleday. Number 5, Piranhas. 4, Dark Arts Magic. 3, Going Blind. 2, Sharks. And number 1, Kowloon shutting down.
Oh, my.
Hold strong, Bobby Wong.
There's been some close calls.
I know, it still hasn't happened.
Number 5, we have Dad at number 5, Bad Guys. 4, I spend a lot of time out in the road working, getting hit by a vehicle.
Prostitute.
3, Alien Takeover and Going Broke. Well, that's a double crisis right there. 2, AI, and number 1, World War III. Next up, we have Gray. Number 5, snakes. 4, people that own snakes as pets. 3, losing my job / house. 2, the shrinking middle class. And number 1, something bad happening to my kids / wife. Next up, we have Mashin. Number 5, the car wash. I thought it was going to eat me. 4, the neighborhood watch sign back in the late 80s, early 90s. I thought there was someone that
creepy
was
guy?
going to kidnap me.
That's funny.
3, Bloody Mary, Candyman, and all the other evil spirits that you could conjure up by saying their name 3 times. 2, Alien and being abducted. Blame X-Files and Unsolved Mysteries for that one. And number 1, the weather. 1 too many tornadoes and hurricanes. Finally got over it in my adult years. Next up, we have Brian Davis. Number 5, being alone. 4, failing in life. 3, the ocean. 2, stuff in the ocean that we don't even know about. And number 1, anything bad happening to my daughters.
Y'all.
Next up, we have Dingus Cunnilingus Adams. Okay. Number 5, erectile dysfunction, because as someone who gets hourly erections, I don't know how my body would continue to function without it. 4, deep fakes of Shrek's feet pics. I need honest to God real DreamWorks animated Shrek feet pics to jerk off to. 3, surprise anal. Surprises are fine. Anal is fine, but surprise anal is another story. 2, spider eggs in my dick. I don't want to jizz and see a bunch of baby spiders pour out of my urethra. That's terrible. And number 1, the return of the old gods of sex that we, the followers of Jehovah, you don't want to witness this, overthrew to erect our own erection leader. That, and I've heard that both political parties are opposed to JYDWT and are looking to label us as a cult instead of a cultural revolutionary religion. So I'm pushing everyone to vote Dingus Cunnilingus Adams as a write-in vote in the upcoming election. I promise to be the hardest, most erect president America has ever seen, and the White House orgies will be absolutely legendary and live streamed. Also, fuck all the wars. I need that money to fund the lube-based theme park I'll be building on the White House lawn. And lastly, we have Ryan
Got my vote.
Brown. Number 5, your mom, naked. 4, drill sergeants. 3, large schools of fish. 2, large packs of white people listening to country music. And number 1, colonoscopies.
Nice.
So
Good list.
that's the fun butts.
Oh, and
All right.
that's Junie. And that bark
That's the
can only
sound.
mean one thing.
Yes.
It's time to
Time
shit.
to say farewell.
Hang on. Since it's a visual podcast now.
Let's see it. Oh, God.
Here she
Oh,
All the dog pukes on him. Look at this puppers.
Oh, look at that dog.
All right,
Look
Jim.
at her.
Look at that.
Here we go.
At any moment, she could bite Sam's face clean off.
Yep. Let's see.
No, oh my God, she looks so afraid.
Let's see. This is just how she always looks. Junie.
Oh. Oh. Look at those ears. Those
those
teethers.
fangs.
She says,
Little smile.
I'm scared.
Terrifying.
Little Dracula dog.
Yep.
Well, if you want to see the dog, go to top5ofdeath.com, join the Discord, or find us on YouTube. Do that as well.
Yep.
That'll
YouTube,
be our show
TikTok,
next
and
week.
Instagram.
Oh, that's right. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. Do all the things. Give us some reviews. And we'll see you next week. And as always, smell you later.